Hello everyone, back with another podcast.
Yes.
I nearly screwed that up already.
Yeah, that's not usually the full intro there, buddy.
No, it's not. We are Born to Play Games, and this is a podcast. Normally we do other things than games. We do TV shows and movies. I'm really not doing well today, am I? Jesus.
Welcome to the Born to Play Games podcast. We are, of course, born for games, but we are also born for many other things, such as movies, TV shows, music, and other trending topics. It's not that hard.
There we go. See, Kai has it. So, with that, Kai, what's the first thing we'll talk about today?
Well, hang on. First. Let's explain the fact that this is probably going to be a longer one, because it's been like 3 weeks, or just ages in general, since we've done a podcast.
Yeah, very true.
So there's a lot of shit to talk about. The game section is fucking huge because QuakeCon's happened and just a bunch of other shit's happened building up to the November fucking shitstorm.
Yes.
So there's a few things going on. And of course some fucking horrible things have happened.
Yes.
Which is what we're going to talk about first.
Yeah, get it over and done with and then on to brighter things.
So in Jacksonville, Florida, at the, what was it? It was a Madden tournament?
Yeah, Madden tournament.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was like a qualifying tournament, I believe. I'm not going to mention the name of the killer because I believe Philip DeFranco has got the best way of doing it, and that's not putting a face or naming the person.
Yeah,
you know, like defaming them in a way. So I'm not going to name him, but basically, there was a shooting at this Madden event. I've got the details. 10 people were injured via gunshots. One person was injured attempting to flee the scene, and unfortunately 2 people were killed. Taylor Robertson and Eli Clayton. I mean, it's just, you don't like hearing this shit, do you?
No. Thoughts definitely to the family and things.
Without a doubt.
I'm not a big fan of Madden, I have to admit.
I'm not, but I'm not going to wish death on someone for it.
I was going to say, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a tournament. People do it for fun. They want to make a bit of money.
Yeah.
Granted, if I was such a bloody good gamer that to the point we could go into tournaments and stuff, we would be in tournaments.
Yeah, probably, but we're not.
Just knowing that something so small, because Madden obviously isn't as big as FIFA. FIFA do like massive.
I mean, I'm sure it's pretty big in America.
Oh yeah, because they obviously
the
home of football, well, American football.
Yes.
But
I mean, clues in the name.
But you never ever think something like that's going to happen. In any offense.
I mean, you never think these things are ever going to happen until they do.
Well, that's exactly it.
But I mean, it's I haven't looked too much at the news, like the media's response to anything. I'm pretty sure I know what their response is going to be, but it's going to be hard for them to make the hardcore link between video games and violence that they usually do because. Like, there is not a violent game involved. No. If they do want to make the link, they're also going to have to tear down one of their favourite pastimes. And I don't see them doing that.
No.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the media responds to this. We've seen how Trump responded to this.
Good old Trump.
Yeah. It started off well, but I just didn't like the last thing he said about it. We've got a quote here, so this is quote. I want to extend our prayers and condolences to the victims of the tragic shooting in Jacksonville, Florida, which that's a good way to start, really.
Very good way, yeah.
Yes. And then he continues on, that was a terrible thing indeed. And then he says something which kind of aggravates me. He says, how it happens, nobody really knows. And if there is anything Donald Trump has ever said that proves how much of a fucking idiot he is,
it's that.
We all know how it happens. People get access to a gun when they shouldn't be able to get access to a gun, and shit like this happens.
Yes, exactly it. And it's been like it for
Well,
every single major article that comes out of America at the moment is shootings, isn't it?
Yeah,
school shootings, and whatever else, just always revolves around a gun and a person that shouldn't ever have one.
Yeah, like that shooting that happened earlier in the year.
Yeah,
there were statistics coming around about that time that there was over 100 shootings in America that had happened just that year.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
And when you look at the rest of the world, like
you could put every single one in the world basically together, and it would still
you could
be
count
less.
the rest of the world on one hand.
Yeah,
pretty much. It's just like I don't know. Like, obviously, we're going to upset a lot of people because me and you are British. We live in
Yeah.
England, and we're commentating on America and their policies and what have you.
We just eat scones and drink tea every day.
Yes, and their amendment. But I mean, for Christ's sake, people, your amendment was made in what 1800s?
I was going to say 1800s roughly.
Something like that. Guns were a lot different back then.
Muskets and whatnot.
Yeah, that was like one dead person per 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at hundreds of dead people per 5 minutes. Like, times change, laws change with them. Why is this one exempt from it? Especially when it's leading to things like this.
Yeah. So to be put it in a different way, the time it takes to reload a gun from that era, you could probably kill 300 people.
Yeah.
With just a couple of reloads of a machine gun.
Yeah.
And that's just sickening that they can go, well, that this law worked then, should work now. No, it's not how it works.
Well, a lot of things work then and wouldn't work now.
Yeah. Like I was saying to Kai just before we started the podcast, I can't remember which country it is, but there's a country that has legalised guns and everyone can own a gun. I don't know what age it is, but say, for example, I had a gun, Kai had a gun, but if we wanted to shoot someone, we'd have to go to the right places, have all these background checks just to have one single bit of ammunition to take out of the building. And yeah, granted, you can kill someone with one bullet, but you'd have to get a hell of a lot of people to get that one bullet just to cause a mass shooting in that country. Yeah. So something just silly as that could stop a lot of issues.
It does frustrate me because the one thing that frustrates me is when this the amendment or the law or whatever it is, the right is called into question, and there's all these people like, oh, you can't take my guns away from me. I'm American. It's my right. It's not a right. Rights can be if a right can be taken away from you, it's not a right. It's a privilege. Yeah. I believe that's a George Carlin quote. And the right to own a gun can be taken away from you. So I don't see why, because they take guns away from dangerous people, but they still don't check dangerous people before they give them guns.
No, it's silly, isn't it?
I don't know. Nah. But. Moving on from just shitting on America and their policies, some good things have come from this. I know that sounds like a weird way to segue into it, but EA, the people behind Madden, have come out and said that they are going to be donating $1 million to the families of the victims and those injured. And they are also going to be holding a live stream to raise more money. I should have looked for the date of I don't think they gave a date for the live stream. They might have.
May have even gone by now, to be fair.
It might have. Yeah. But I mean, if the live stream hasn't happened by the time this thing goes out and somebody sees this, watch the live stream.
Yes. We'll chuck it in the comments or something.
Yeah.
One of us can do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice gesture from EA. Obviously, granted, people can go, oh, they make more money than that. They probably make that daily just from FIFA points. But at the end of the day, it's still the gesture. And
I mean, my argument would be: would the families really need $1 million more than that?
No, exactly.
$1 million is enough to cover the costs and some.
Yeah. You could, obviously the funeral is covered for.
Yeah. And even the families that haven't had someone that they've been injured, but even still, it's going to help them out immensely.
Yeah, it's all the fees and stuff for hospital because you have to pay, don't you?
There's no free healthcare over in America.
So
I don't want to live in America.
I'd love to go to America.
I'd visit America, but I wouldn't stay long. I certainly wouldn't go to any conventions out there.
It'd be one of them clickbait videos. It's flew to America just to shout yodeling and then left.
But is there anything else to say about this? Sorry, I've moved off my note page. That's not my note page. Where are we? There we are. They are investigating the motives of the shooter. They do know his identity. His identity has been shown around by people. Obviously, like I said, we're not going to, but he was one of... I don't know if he was a contestant at this year's one. I believe he was, but he was somebody who played in the tournament and lost. And there was one guy there who was a victim who said like he lost the game earlier, so I guess he must have taken it really bad.
Yeah. Rage quit too far.
Like, the way too far. I mean, throw a controller at a wall or something, but don't fucking kill a bunch of people.
Throw it at someone's head, fair enough.
Yeah.
But,
And anyone curious as to what happened to the shooter, he took his own life. Probably the one good thing he did that day. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but fucking he's a piece of shit.
If you take 2 people down with you, then you deserve to go as well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So... we're gonna that's we've said our piece on that. We're gonna try and move things on from there and hopefully raise spirits a bit.
Yes.
But it was something that needed to be talked about, really.
Yeah, it's just basically us saying what the piece we feel. Obviously, being gamers and stuff, it's not nice to hear, especially when the media tries to turn it onto everything else. But yeah, just basically more or less just condolences to the family. Obviously, we don't know him personally, but don't wish it upon anyone's children. No. Even enemies, you don't really wish it
not all
upon.
of them were children. Like, there was a 17-year-old who was injured, I believe. But I know the two that died were a bit older than...
Yeah, I know, but I mean their parents, if they're still about.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, in lighter news...
Yes.
Fortnite now features the ability to thank the bus driver before you jump out.
Yes. we slate Fortnite, but I have to admit this is a pretty...
Yeah. See, I've purposely put this one here just to try and raise the mood a bit.
So, what do you actually do? Do you say thank you, driver?
Pretty much. Like, what happens is... Like, I've seen screenshots. I haven't played the game.
Is it like that video? I don't know if you heard where it's like, bye, driver. Thank you, driver.
No, I don't know.
That would be phenomenal.
I think it's more like before you jump out the plane, you can press down on the D-pad or whatever pad you're playing or something, or whatever you're playing on, you can press a button and like some text will appear in the corner saying, oh, such and such, thank the bus driver. And then you jump out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it started as like a bit of a meme or something, because there was a meme a while ago about saying like, oh, I thank the bus driver or something like that. Like, oh, I may have killed a person, but at least I thank the bus driver or something.
Yeah.
That was a bad segue considering what we just talked about. Yeah, so people started making the joke like, oh, I want to thank the bus driver in Fortnite. And Epic Games, let me thank the bus driver in Fortnite.
It's a very little touch, but like
it's a funny touch.
Yeah, it amused me when you told me. I thought, fair play to him.
So yeah, there's that.
Yes.
And now we shall move on to the awesome games part of the podcast.
Yes.
So in the time since our last podcast, we actually got a gameplay trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh my god.
Sweet merciful Christ. So first thing that's noticeable, God, that game looks fucking beautiful.
It sure does. I don't even care about being a cowboy. I just want to ride my horse through the canyons and just watch the sunset. It looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
It comes to something when Kai's dad messaged him saying, fucking, have you seen this game?
Yeah, my dad, he's played games before, but he's never been much of a gamer as much as me and you are.
Yeah.
He got me into the FPS games on PC and what have you. But he never seemed that into GTA or anything like that. But he did get GTA 5 for his PlayStation 4, and he plays that far too much now. I believe he challenged us to a race in it, but we all play on Xbox, so he kind of just...
Did he actually comment on the video, or was it like a challenge, privately challenged?
I think it was privately challenged. I can't remember.
Basically, he saw the world record ? The one that we did the round of prison, but it kept saying that I was getting world records when I didn't.
Yeah.
So technically a clickbait, really. But your dad obviously saw that and then messaged you again.
Ulrich, yeah. Yes. But he messaged me a couple of days or so after the Red Dead Redemption trailer, and it's rare that my dad will say, I'm going to be there day one to get that shit.
Yeah.
And he was down for it. He's a massive fan of Wolfenstein and what have you, and I don't even think he was there for the day one of the New Order when that came out for Wolfenstein. So yeah, got a leak apparently. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a sudden water leak in the other room.
Suddenly a shower's decided to take a wee.
It stopped. It's fine. It's fine. It's only the demon that lives in there. But back to Red Dead Redemption. I just look so fucking good.
It just looks phenomenal.
There's different seasons. I noticed like there was one part where he's going through like sun blaring down, whatever, and then the next he's like traipsing through thick, like feet tall fucking piles of snow on horseback and whatever. So I thought that was really cool. Like, oh, we're gonna be able to play through seasons and shit. Or there's just gonna be biomes where it's like fucking pouring down like snow, and then other parts where it's just gonna be fucking melting hot, which doesn't really make much sense.
Yeah.
But I just noticed a bunch of things. Like I've got brawling in the mud written down because there was one part where he was thrown out of a fucking saloon or something, just lying in a pile of mud, and just the detail as like the mud got all over his body, and just like it looked like the end of a cutscene maybe. And then like you get up and it's just straight in, completely fluid. You get up, go straight in, and the brawling looks amazing.
It does. The fight mechanics look
phenomenal. They've revamped the like melee and shit from GTA 5. I think they've revamped the shooting system a bit as well. Deadeye's back, obviously.
Yeah.
We saw that a few times throughout the trailer. One time he just like kicks out a fucking saloon or something, just takes out some guy on a turret and just
yeah, he's mental on it.
Yeah. There looks to be a lot of focus on gangs. Like you're part of a gang and you're moving around camps and you're interacting with people in the gangs, and that unlocks like secrets and other objectives you can do, like robbing from people or stealing shit. Now, I know robbing and stealing are the same things, but fuck it, I said it anyway.
It's like movies and films back in the day when I said it.
Yeah, there's like an interaction system. So like if you can come across like events or people, and you can interact with them. Or so like there was one time in the trailer he came across somebody who would what's the word? I don't know. But he basically like was raiding a carriage that I don't know whether he had like forced to pull over or something or whatever. And like you pull up on horse and he's like, hey, stay away from here. And he's like, do what you want and I don't care. And like goes away. And he made the decision to say that. You could have said, no, I want the shit you're stealing, or hey, you shouldn't have done that. But he's like, nah, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to carry on. I like that. That's cool.
It's like brawl or cool, isn't it? It's like you can just play it cool, don't give a shit, let the environment happen or thing. But apparently the mechanics actually change situations. So like if you say like the side, a bit like in GTA, you know, when you've got that like little red dot or blue dot and you go to it and it's like it could be a woman that's handbag's just been robbed and you chase the guy down the street. You can either punch him and get the bag and then let the guy run away, or you could just run him over, or different styles of doing it. I think from what I gathered from the trailer, it could be completely wrong, but maybe like if you're constantly shooting them or dragging them away on the horse or whatever and stealing it, then obviously your popularity is not going to be amazing, so the outlaws and stuff. Whereas if you play it cool and let it go by, then people might think you're a bit weak and take advantage of you in different situations. Or if you sort of do the happy medium where you obey the law, sort of get him not to do it and then let the carriage continue with the person, then the law might be like let you slip past a few different things. So it might be like different settlements and different regions might be something based off that popularity. Because in the trailer there's a bit where he sat there near a campfire, isn't he, on his own, eating like beans out of a can or whatever it is, and then suddenly the same situation after they just show that bit and there's like 10-20 people around the campfire all singing, dancing and thing. So I think
it's like you can also there's like other situations you can apply it to, and there was one that I thought was quite interesting, is like you could talk your way out of trouble with the sheriff. And I'm like, oh, so you can get like a wanted level to compare it to something, and like a cop or a sheriff or whoever could approach you and just be like, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so that could link with what I was trying to say a minute ago. If you went happy medium and like let the guy on the carriage go, and then the robber basically tell him to do one, and then he does, then obviously the police might be like, oh, this guy's good. Like, yeah, okay, he might have just shot up that whole bar, but he's a good guy. Like, slip him on the side. Like, so obviously make people corrupt for your benefit.
Yeah. So. God, why do you always finish your sentences when I'm in the middle of a yawn?
Sorry, I was having a drink.
The horses. The horses, you can like forge a relationship with your horse. Like,
not sexually.
Well, Well, you can do what you want. No, if you fuck a horse, you're weird. But no, it's like you can get a horse, and depending on how you treat it, it depends how it treats you. So like if you get in the middle of like a big shooting thing while you're on horseback, if you're really nice to your horse and you have a good relationship with it, it's gonna like, you know, it's gonna steer you in the right, it's gonna like be calm, well not calm, but it's gonna go with you essentially. But if you don't treat it well, or I imagine like you don't feed it or something like that, or you just
groom it, feed it,
it's gonna like, as soon as gunshots starts happening, it's gonna kick your ass off and peg it and leave you just in the middle of a field being chased down by people on horseback. So I think that's kind of cool. Like you can add like bags to it, so you can add storage. So like you can go out hunting. I've seen that.
Yeah, hunting looks good.
You can go out hunting and get pelts and stuff, and you can put it in the storage bags and go back to camps or towns and sell it off.
The variety of animals must be phenomenal as well.
Yeah, that's the other point I got there. There's a load of animals.
Because I think in the first one, don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure there's an achievement to get one pelt of each animal. And I think there was something like 80 animals or 60 animals or something then. Yeah, there's like beavers and like loads and loads of different things.
I know there was a rattlesnake.
Might not be that many, but I think there was an achievement of like one pelt of everything or whatever, and like bear and horse and wolves.
I know there was a rattlesnake because I came across it. I heard a noise and I was just walking around the field. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And I just walked up to something and I got bit. And I was like, what the fuck? No, snakes. Done.
But
I mean, there was one part in the trailer where he was going along on his horse or something, and then just like this fucking alligator pulls out of a bush, and you're like, oh fuck no, yeah, horsey, yeah.
But yeah, no, the animals I think would be phenomenal. And obviously, like you say, you get the standard with games now with like the pelts and crafting, so you get more like.
Well, I don't know if there's
bags.
Crafting. I know you can get the pelts and sell them, and you can use that to buy like guns or ammunition or something, or alcohol, or use it for gambling and what have you.
Or to make your horse love you, or
yeah, here's some money, love me. Suck it.
No news on if they're doing a third person though.
What?
Not third person, first person. Like you know in GTA 5.
Oh yeah, no, I never even considered that. Yeah.
And even protagonists, because in the trailer you always see the same sort of guy, but then you always see him walking with a bunch of other dudes. Does that mean you could technically have other dudes?
From what we've been told, we're this Arthur matey, and these other people is the fellow bandits you interact with.
Yeah.
I imagine that's what it is. I don't mind it that way.
No, as much as I like GTA 5 having the three protagonists, I think GTA 5 does it well. I think Red Dead, it could be a bit weirder, because obviously if you're part of a gang and you have three different guys, then obviously if you don't balance them out, then if you all went into like a shoot up, if my theory is true, and you can have like the happy medium, the chill out, or the go like gun and kill, you if you had each protagonist at that level, if you all went into one scenario, like it probably not, the game wouldn't break, because obviously they'd have things to deal with that, but it would just be a bit like, okay, so we can't talk to the sheriff because he doesn't like him, but he likes me, but he doesn't care about him. Yeah. So it'd be a bit. So I guess in a way, I don't think it could work for that sort of game.
Yeah,
probably could do it.
Yeah.
I heard somewhere that you can be a female if you wanted to be, but I don't think that's true.
I haven't seen anything to.
I feel like they would have made that a massive selling point in the trailer.
Because that's what a lot of people tend to do now. Like, hey, you want to be a girl? You can be a girl. Equality and shit.
A game coming up in a minute.
Oh,
got that.
I just remember something I heard about a while ago. And it was like, I think people were complaining that there were women in Battlefield 1 or something. Like you couldn't have playable women characters in Battlefield 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the online though, isn't it?
Yeah. But my argument to that is, it's being like a recreation of World War 1. Did you see any fucking women on the front lines of World War 1?
Yeah, and I literally, as you were saying that out loud, I was like, there was never females in that kind of war scenario.
Exactly, that's what I mean. You're getting pissy at a game because they're trying to be historically accurate, but you don't like history. Like, if you've got a problem with that, you've got a problem with history, not with the fucking game.
Yeah,
because like it was something around like a Battlefield 5 article or something I remember seeing, because they're like, oh well, there were women in this one. I'm like, yeah, because they're kind of doing their own thing with it now. It's not trying to be a recreation of World War 1. It's a Battlefield thing.
Yeah.
Battlefield 1 was like World War 1. This is World War Battlefield. I just thought it was fucking stupid that people were complaining about historical accuracy in a game.
yeah, it's a bit stupid.
But anyway, moving on.
They're the sort of people that probably play Call of Duty. I like it when it's realistic. So, like in 20 years' time, when I fly around in my exosuit, I'll be laughing at you goons playing that game.
I could play a woman in my exosuit. Oh, people piss me off.
Does that bring us on to the next game, or is there more?
No, that brings us on to the next game. I can't think of anything else for Red Dead. No, I haven't got anything else written down.
Just that I want it.
Oh yeah, wanted bad, wanted good.
From the first trailer, well, I think there's a few trailers, but from that main trailer, like the next one's just going to make people even more excited.
Oh yeah,
I think the views on it, I'm pretty sure they went mental as well.
Yeah, they probably did. Yeah.
I think I read. I shouldn't read things because at times I don't have fake news, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it grossed more views than any movie this year.
Okay.
Trailer than this year.
Damn.
And for a video game, that's pretty phenomenal.
Especially considering this is the same year as Infinity War came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yes, Cyberpunk.
Ooh.
Cyberpunk 2077. Now, this has been an interesting thing for me with Cyberpunk because it was first revealed in 2013. I want to say.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I remember saying it on a podcast once before.
Yes, and then it kind of.
I think it was the E3 one.
Possibly. What you mean the 4-hour triathlon with Fallout Shelter Death Stranding missions?
Yeah, Kai's not going to sleep in this 4-hour one because it probably will go on for a while.
It might. It very well might.
It's probably been about half an hour to an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Sorry, get comfortable.
Yes, that's fine.
Got a wallet in my ass.
As long as you don't kick the table that the mic's on, we're all good.
All right.
But yes, then it kind of like fell off the radar for a few years, I think. And then until recently where people were like, oh, Cyberpunk, they're finally going to say something about it at E3 or something. And then we got that like confirmation and like a few like little teasers that, yeah, it's definitely coming, what have you. And since then, shit has just gone from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Because like I saw people like Jesse Cox. He's a YouTuber, streamer, was a good friend of TB, Total Biscuit, and what have you.
Yeah.
I watched him quite a lot, and every time Cyberpunk was mentioned, he was like, I cannot fucking wait, I need it. And I was like, you haven't really seen much about it, have you? Yeah. I know he's got a few behind-the-scenes connections, so he might have seen more than most.
Yeah, he's probably played it, to be fair.
Yeah. But I was like, is there much to get excited about yet? But now I'm like, fuck, give me this game.
They released it, was it an hour demo?
48 minutes. I'm currently 13 minutes into it. I haven't watched the whole thing.
I've not even watched a minute of it, but I watched like the because the main way, because obviously I'm a busy guy every now and then. I normally watch the YouTube ones where it's like the
breakdown,
Game Byte and IGN and whatnot, and it's like the breakdown. And from what I saw in that like little thing, and it was like you can do this, you can do that, you can do that. Obviously we go on them, that's why I'm not saying them now.
Yeah.
But I was just like, oh my god, and the game just looks stunning as well.
Oh yes, it looks fucking fantastic.
Game visuals and games for me just top off the game. Like you could have an absolute dog ass gameplay of a game, but if the visuals are nice, I'll play it for a bit. Like The Witness, for example, the visuals in that were stunning, but I'd never pick that fucking game up again.
See, I'm sure it's a good game.
Yeah, to be fair, it was good.
It's just we're not good with puzzles.
I watched the plot, to be fair, to see how it ended because I was really intrigued.
The plot?
It was a bit weird.
Oh, okay. It's one of those mindfuck kind of things.
Yeah.
Right. But yes, Cyberpunk. So we got a bit of a gameplay trailer. I say a bit of a gameplay. We got 48 minutes of gameplay trailer. One thing they did say at the beginning of it was that everything they showed in this demonstration was subject to change.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice to hear because a lot of the when they do a gameplay trailer or something, they will say it, but it will be in like small transparent text in like the bottom corner of the screen or something.
Yeah.
But like
it's like not actual gameplay footage or something like that.
Like they were
cutscene central.
Yeah, they were outright. They had text on the screen and they had a voice say, "Everything you're about to see is subject to change. This is not how it is going to be when you get the game."
Yeah.
Right. So that was nice that they clarified that. So that's awesome. But from what they've put in there, holy shit. Yeah. They've got a deep character customization. Like, just you could fucking go mad on it. Like, obviously, you can be man or woman. Sorry for those people who think there's more than 2 genders.
Yes, you can only be the 2 that they classify in games.
Yes, you can only be the actual genders.
You cannot be an Apache helicopter turkey dinosaur.
God damn it!
Turkey dinosaurs, so I like them. Food wise.
Turkey dinosaurs. Where's my turkey twizzlers at, Jamie?
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, there's just like there's classes with the attributes and abilities. You can put all like these different decals on because, like, obviously with the cybernetic enhancements and whatever, people have got like weird marks in their face or something where the things are in, and you can customize that. Like, that looks awesome.
Yes. As long as I can make myself look like I'm in the game, I don't mind. I'm always that guy that tweaks literally everything to try and make myself look in the game.
CD Projekt Red, can I get a ponytail and a beard, please?
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
I'm quite generic looking. So.
Yes, you are. I don't think I'm asking too much to have a ponytail.
No. And a good beard. Most games can't do beards.
This is the thing. WWE 2K, they do some decent beards, but they do shit hairstyles. Yeah. All I want is a fucking ponytail.
See, I used to like it when, obviously jumping right off the topic, when FIFA used to do the game face. You just used to scan your face into the game, and it always looked shit, but the actual version on the online looked amazing. And one year I had it spot on, and I actually thought to myself, I actually look like I'm playing. Obviously I knew I wasn't, but it actually made me feel like it was more because I made my own character and I built him up into a career and made him like the best player in the world and stuff. Yeah. Obviously it's not hard because obviously difficulty you're on, but it made me actually enjoy the game. Oh, yeah. As soon as they took it out at 17, I barely pick up FIFA unless I'm playing with my dad. Like something so very, very silly that they could just chuck into a game whenever they want. Yeah. Just
like the thing is, right, the thing between like me and you that pisses me off, games cater to you.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Whenever it comes to a custom creation or something, you're there. And some form of representation of me is there. Like
it's like the games on the channel that have got similarities to me via characters. UFC mode, when we did our own characters, yours looked nothing like you because you couldn't physically make it.
Yeah, so I ended up just making some rando.
Yeah. And obviously mine looked a little bit like me at the time. Yeah. When we obviously made it, one of them was just like, obviously we were just doing random people. Yeah. And then South Park Stick of Truth literally had my shirt, my jeans, my shoes, my mole. Literally everything about that character looked like me at the time. Well, it looked like me in the channel trailer at the beginning. Well, obviously the first ever video on the channel. No, not the first ever video on the channel, but the first one of us on the channel. Well, there was another game as well, I think, that had one that looked like me. Obviously, it's not me, but it looked.
I know. There was one time me and you were playing WWE. And I had made me and you in the game. It wasn't like a quick make or anything. It was just like the default faces, but I just put like different hair and clothes on and whatever. But even that, your representation of you looked like you.
Yeah, true.
Mine kind of did, but didn't. But the other part that pissed me off was there's like a collection of names you can have that the announcer will actually say as you come to the ring. It could be like a nickname or it could be actual names, and you can combo them together. Yeah. You could actually have Ricky Richardson. Yeah. What did I have? The letter K, the letter I, and then Wade. So it's got Ricky Richardson and K-I Wade. Yeah. Fuck's sake.
Because I was the gambler Ricky Richardson, wasn't I, at the time?
Yes.
This is when I was like gambling and losing badly.
Now you gamble and win quite well.
£500 up. This from £30 this week.
Yes, well, you're a bastard. Anyway, Cyberpunk.
This is what podcasts are, so it's cool.
Yes,
they can deal with it. But yeah, Cyberpunk.
Speaking of sex.
Yeah, I saw it. That's why I did it.
You can have this. There's a lot of nudity. There's a lot. Right. This is the last point. One of the last points I've got written down. But this is a very mature game. A very mature game. There is a lot of
mature.
Like the thing I watched, they do like a first mission where you go in, you're like some part of like some retrieval squad or something, I don't know. And there's a bunch of scavengers who are kidnapping people, and like, you know how like you see in horror movies or something like that, some guy will get kidnapped and he wakes up in an ice bath and a scar and no kidneys. That's essentially what these guys are, but instead of taking kidneys, they're taking cybernetic enhancements. Right? And your goal is to find this chick who's gone off the radar. like she's been kidnapped or whatever, and you find her, but she is completely naked.
Knackered.
No blurring, no nothing, just straight nip. And you pick her up, you carry her out, nipple at the bottom of your screen. I know there are going to be a lot of media and shit like that complain about that.
Yes, there's probably hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
My argument would be, boy, have you watched Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
The most popular show in the world that Ricky hasn't watched.
I haven't, no. I don't even know anything that happens, but I do. I know bits, but...
You know there's sex and nips.
Oh, yeah. But
Right.
when my manager said, have you watched Game of Thrones? I went, no. He said, why haven't you? I said, because I haven't ever got into that. He went, it's literally dwarf porn and titties.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I need to watch this.
Oh, and beheadings and
Oh,
dragons.
yeah, and he did state that about 10 seconds later after I was like, I need to watch it.
Yeah.
He was like, and there's gore, people's heads getting caved in.
Oh, yeah. Now, one of my favourite things is this, like, it's not a spoiler, but this guy called the Hound just, like, cuts a guy's, like, gut open and just guts on the floor.
Splush.
It's not like a major character, it's some rando, so it's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the wrong screen. There we are. But yeah, it's a very mature game. They say it in the trailer, this is a mature game world. It's a mature game. So any parents, any news media that want to complain, oh, the sex and the nibbles, it's bad for my kids. My response to you is, the game is 18 rated. Why are you letting your kid play it in the first place if you have that much of a problem with it?
That's exactly it.
Enough said. Anyway.
If you give an 18-year-old that game and then they whinge about it, then that 18-year-old needs to grow up.
Thing is, I don't think there will be that much of a problem with it because it's a CD Projekt Red game. They made The Witcher, and there is plenty of nip in The Witcher. So I doubt there's going to be that much of a problem. But no doubt someone will complain.
Obviously, with the sex that we think, obviously you can have sex with any, like, not anything, but
yes,
like
it said,
multiple gender, I think.
Yeah,
I think
it said
guy, female, whatever.
Yeah. So no doubt that's about to spark a few people like, my son's having sex with other men in a game. And like, fucking get over it.
It happens.
Yeah. But yes, moving on from the dirty. Your apartment. You have your own apartment, and you can customize your gear in there. You got basically your hub is your apartment, and I don't know whether you can customize it. That would be cool. I think I heard somewhere that you might be able to, but I don't know for sure.
I love customization in games.
Yes,
it just makes it so much more unique. Like my character can be completely different looking to yours, and then you go to your apartment, it's 400 different times different to mine, and it's just.
Yeah.
I think. If especially if you play games with friends or like you're with a friend when they play games, I think it's good to have a customization game because it's never going to be the same playthrough, especially if like someone's this like specific way of playing it and thing. I love customization.
Oh yes. Oh, I'm quite the fan of customization. More. Yeah, I'm always open to more customization. Definitely open to more customization. Never have too much customization. But yeah, one thing that kind of threw me off when they were going through the apartment bit is like I got smacked in the face like, oh shit, yeah, this is an RPG game. Because like it is described as an RPG, but when you look at it, you don't think, yeah, this is an RPG, do you?
No, I don't know.
And it was like she was walking around, and it's like, before you go out, grab your jacket. And she walked over because they chose a female just to be like, yeah, women. Yeah. But she walked over, and when she walked up to the jacket, it was like, yeah, press A to pick up whatever. And it comes up, it's like, you may now, of course, this is an RPG, so every item of clothing whatever has stats and like abilities, and I was like, oh yeah, shit, this is an RPG. Because like she went over to it, and it's like, yeah, it does this, it gives you street cred, which is like a way of earning extra XP or money or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, fuck. I don't know, that just kind of hit me out of nowhere. But yeah, like I said,
nice touch though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lovely touch, and it's not like a wildly intrusive stat screen, if you know what I mean. Because in a lot of games, it's like kind of out, like I don't know. Like to give an example, like The Witcher, you find something and you get like a little menu that pops up and it tells you the thing while you're still in the game, and it. Not to say it takes you out of it, because it doesn't, but it's not something that would happen in the world. It's not realistic, but it's a game, whatever. But in the Cyberpunk one, you could imagine this being a thing she's actually seeing.
Yeah.
Because obviously everything's cybernetic. There's all like these screens that pop up and what have you. So you could actually think she's seeing this screen right now. In in Witcher, Geralt's not seeing that little menu. You are, he's not.
Yeah.
But in fucking Cyberpunk, you'd be like, yeah, she's seeing and she's reading through all the stats. I thought that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's more like you're watching the game than playing it. Obviously, you are physically still playing it.
Yeah, yeah. It's this very...
It's like AI interaction, isn't it?
Yeah. They've thought about everything, really.
Probably why it got delayed for so long.
Yeah, that's a good point. They've been working on it for a long time. But even still, Witcher 3 came out during that time.
True. The size of this game.
I think 3D Projekt Red is probably one of the best studios, just because of like considering the quality and size of the things they bring out and the time between them. How the fuck did they do it? Because they had Witcher 2, Witcher 3, this.
We already know they have a team of dirty bastards. It's always got the titties.
Nips! Like, everyone fucking has them. Get over it.
There's probably a lot of dick in this one as well, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. Like, there was dick in Witcher, so...
Oh, yes, right.
Yeah. But the last point I've got written down, I'm only 13 minutes into the 48-minute thing, so I haven't got anything. But the last note I've got written down is, the cities are packed. Like, in GTA and what have you, you see people walking up and down the pavement and what have you. But it is nowhere near to the scale of how many people there are walking about in, like, the brief thing I saw in here. Like, you've been to London and what have you.
Yeah. Crowded as fuck.
Yeah. This reminded me of London.
Jesus.
There was that many people. Because I went to London like a couple months back, and there was just people fucking everywhere, and this reminded me so much of that. Like, it like...
Just for a game to be able to run that many, like...
Exactly.
People in one area.
Exactly. It was genuinely mad. Like, hang on, I have actually got the trailer up here, where I was watching, but just look, you can see... Like, obviously, the people watching this can't listen to this, can't see, but look at all these people, and they're all like uniquely designed. They've all got their own thing going on, and
in some senses, just watching that, it looks like what Watch Dogs was meant to be.
Exactly, like you could genuinely see this being our future.
Yeah,
like. From what I've seen so far, I'm excited for this game, and I need it in my life.
I'm jumping off onto something else about Cyberpunk. Apparently, the cars are meant to be phenomenal, aren't it? Apparently, they're really the driving and stuff.
Yes,
meant to be
I saw a link to a video where it's like, "Oh, this chase scene in Cyberpunk is insane." I didn't watch it. I'm gonna watch it someone else, but I'm still working through it. They might be in that video.
Yeah, I've like I said, I've personally not seen anything of it, but apparently the driving's like really crisp, like it's basically like racing simulator type, like crisp driving. Apparently the cars obviously are fast.
Yeah, I think they said you can do it first person or 3D. Ooh. If I remember correctly.
I love first person driving.
See, I like it, but I'm a shit at it.
Oh, I am.
But that's all I've got to say about Cyberpunk so far. Have you got anything else to add?
No, just it looks absolutely amazing. And I have to admit, that's another game I'll be picking up. So that's already about 120 quid gone out of my pocket already.
Yes. And so that's 2 games so far that we're definitely going to be having. Now we're going to move on to the third game that I am at least definitely going to be having. So we had QuakeCon recently, and we got a bit of a look at Doom Eternal. Boom. And all I can say is, oh my god, there were things that happened in this trailer that do things to a man. There's so much gore. Like they've redesigned a few things. Like they've revamped the Doom Slayer, as he's now called, or is it Hellslayer? Doomslayer, Hellslayer.
Oh, I think it is Doomslayer.
Doomslayer, yeah. Like at first, I always like the Doomslayer thing has grown on me, because at first I was like, no, he's Doom guy. He's always been Doom guy. Why change it now? But now, after watching this trailer, he's fucking Doomslayer. he's fucking Doomslayer. Like his like new armor and what have you looks fucking badass as shit. He's got like a wrist blade now. Oh. Like not like the Assassin's Creed. That's me. Assassin's Creed wrist blade where it like pops out from underneath the wrist. I mean, it's like on the side of his arm, and it like straight out, and he just uses it to fucking murder.
Have it.
Yeah, because like you remember in the Doom that came out recently, you had these things where if you wound them, you can come up to them and do like some animation where you like, I don't know, rip their head off and shove it up their arse or something.
Yeah.
Well, the blade plays into those animations now. Like he'll come up and just shove it through someone's mouth, or like there's one where there's this big fat guy who's got like twin like machine guns on his arm or something. He's got like an opening on his chest, kind of. I think it's his heart in there.
Yeah.
And he just the Doom guy just kind of comes up, like stabs him through, grabs the heart like through the heart, and the heart's on the end of the blade. He shoves it down his fucking throat. Like
That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah, just there's like, and he's not the only one who's got a badass new design. Like a lot of the demons themselves have been revamped. Some older demons are coming back. There was like an arachnous spider brain thing that was in Doom 2. I can't remember the actual name of it, but it's basically like a four-legged robot with like a big brain in it and like fangs and shit.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah,
yeah, it's got like a gun on top, and it's and like this is fucking. There was this oh my god, there was this big fucking dude, huge fucking dude. He's got like a fucking axe. He's got a shotgun like Doom guy, and the guy like he's got like a fucking horned Viking helmet kind of thing. And the guys who were doing the panel kind of like teased a little bit. It's like, you notice how he kind of looks a bit like Doom guy. It's like there's a bit of a story there, and then they quickly moved on, and everyone's like, "What? Ah!"
You can't do this to me.
Yeah, but they've got the meat hook now, which is an attachment for your double barrel shotgun that goes underneath, and it's essentially a fucking grappling hook.
Oh, you
and
better.
because the areas now are so much bigger.
Yeah,
like the wide open areas, like in the most recent Doom. There weren't big areas, but they were confined.
Yeah.
In a way, like you could jump around and while you can move, but it wasn't like this where there's wide open areas. And I think the grappling hook is a way of like being able to quickly zip around the stage, like grab onto this guy, blow his brains out. Like there's flying demons, and you can shoot up onto them and throw yourself up into the air and just rain hell down on fuckers. Like. So yeah, there's the meat hook, and it like slots. It looks very nice underneath the shotgun. It looks very nice. What else is there? Invaders. You can online. You can invade other people playing Doom. Like they're the Doom Slayer, and you can invade as a fucking demon.
Oh, fucking, that's pretty sick.
And try to kill them. I thought I was fucking, because they said they can organise like...
I'm gonna fuck your shit up.
They said you can organise like Doom Slayer hunts where like a bunch of you will get together and you'll just invade this one guy's fucking game, and it's him versus you guys. And you gotta... something about that, I was just like, ooh.
Hot under the collar.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which comes on to the next point of...
Yeah, when I was writing notes after that, I just kind of like all caps all the way. There's various different.
Was one hard boy.
I might have been. I might have got a bit of a man rod at this point.
Pitching a tent.
Maybe. But there are various different environments, because like in the first game it was like hell and like a few little labby places, but in this one it's like, yeah, hell's come to Earth. But that's not all you're going to be. You're going to be in hell. You're going to be in the deeper circles of hell. You're going to go to like space, kind of, by the looks of it.
Ooh.
Like there's just a bunch of different environments. They all look fucking fantastic. They had some concept, like I don't think they showed you actual places. They showed you a few places, like some demon layers and shit, and like the hell on earth part of it. But they had some concept of like there was some. They even said like there was some places that you'd never expect to go, and then after that there was this like it was like white and grey and like some, it kind of looked very like space royal kind of thing. And yeah, you wouldn't expect to go there in the Doom game, but it looked fantastic, and I'm really intrigued to see how it gets to that point, because there was something else they said. There is a bunch of lore in this game for people who are into lore. So like a bunch of backstory and a bunch of stories to what's going on, because one of the guys said, I'm a big like lore nerd. I'm into finding the backstory and finding the story that's going on in the world. And he said, with all these new areas and all these new environments, you're going to be finding things. For those of you who want to look for it, you'll find things about these areas, and you'll just find this story about the Doom universe. I was like, that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. So basically they're saying it's there if you want to.
Yeah.
But if you just want to kill bitches, crack on.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, because I do have a kind of interest in that thing, especially recently. Like, it's something that's developed over time. Because, like, Five Nights at Freddy's,
Yeah.
That's not a game I have much interested in, and I don't want to play it. But what's this backstory thing that's going on? I'm kind of interested in that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm interested in all the stories that are going on behind Undertale. I'm in, like, even fucking World of Warcraft. Like, there's a bunch of lore to
Overwatch
that.
as well.
Overwatch. If there's a game with a bunch of lore, I'm kind of interested in hearing it, especially if it's a game I'm interested in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So the fact that they're adding that to Doom, one of the fucking, kick your teeth out, put them back in, kick them out again, and replace them with fake ones that made of glass and then shatter them fuckers kind of game, to the point where I could go around, blow a demon's nuts off, but then find this awesome backstory. I'm going to fucking love this game.
You're definitely going to look for it.
Yeah, oh yeah. What else is going on? This is the point I made just from watching the gameplay. This game is going to do a good job of making you feel like a badass. Like, because there was one scene where he was walking through. This is before they started the second gameplay level. He's walking through a lab or something, and there's all these scientists scanning around the place like, "Oh, hell on earth, blah blah blah." And you're walking through, and then people will turn and notice you and be like, "Oh no!" And you're just walking through, and they're like, "Stop!" And you hear people like, "It's him! It's the Doomslayer!" And what have you? And they're walking, and you're walking through, and people are like, "What do you mean he's here? Blah, blah, blah. We can't give access to anyone." And then he turns around and he just sees you like staring at him. He's like, he literally just buries himself in his chair, like, "Ah!" And you like walk up and like grab his key card that's around his neck and like drag him on his wheelie chair across to the thing and like scan the thing and just walk off.
Oh, nice.
And then you come across these two armed guys like, "Hey, who are you? You can't be here." And you just walk up and grab the gun off one of them and then just go kill a bunch of fucking demons. I was like, oh god.
Definitely making you like...
Yeah, just like the fact that people see you and they're like, oh fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah, just, it looks so good. And then the final bit of the gameplay that we see, like he's just finished killing a bunch of fucking demons, some big, some small. And then he gets like this gate, it opens up and this like, it turns like a cutscene, so you think fucking sick shit's gonna go down, and this fucking awesome looking demon he doesn't look like a big like hulking like kind of demon, but it's like a confined demon. You know what I mean? Like he's got like skulls and he looks badass, but he's not like a big like ravenous demon. He's a calculated kind of demon, and he's just like his hands turn to fire. There's fire all around him. He's like, and you're like, oh shit. And then Doom Guy just pulls out this thing and he like does it and it turns into this massive fucking like laser sword type thing, and then it cuts and I'm just like, please, Doomblade. There's a fucking Doomblade. It's probably not going to be called the Doomblade. It's going to be called something way more badass, like the fucking Hell Reaver or some shit. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to be in that.
Yes. You've sold it, to be fair. It sounds pretty phenomenal.
It does. Like,
if they release VR for it, like they did the other one, it sounds like it could be even more insane.
Especially if like you got the what's it called, the controller,
PlayStation Move controllers.
Well, the PlayStation Move.
Or the HTC 5.
Yeah, HTC 5 things, whatever. Especially if you've got that and you've got like the Doomblade. You just like, oh, I would waste all my money on doing that. Oh, good lord. Whew. A bit hot after that one. Anyway, Rage 2. So there's been I think maybe like a 10-minute Rage 2 gameplay that came out around QuakeCon. It was slightly underwhelming compared to the Doom thing, mainly because there wasn't that much more to show off. There was a few new abilities that they showed off, but it looked like a very similar mission to what we saw last time we saw it. You kill a bunch of bandits, you go into this big like science lab, then press a few things and that thing comes down and you go in there. There's not really much else to say outside of that. A few new abilities, like they've got what was it called, overdrive mode, which is like essentially like you get like a damage buff and damage resistance, or a health buff or whatever, speed boost, and you just go around blowing the fuck out of everything. I think they've missed out on a major opportunity. Instead of calling it overdrive, call it rage. Yeah. But
very, very true.
Yes. But there was like a thing where he did like a Superman punch, where he just flew in and just Like, because he had his hand out, and I was like, what the fuck's he doing? And then there's a bunch of guys, and he just jumps across and just... I was like, oh, well, okay, I'm cool with that. But yeah, there's not really much else to say. I'm still very interested in the game. Yeah. But they just didn't show off much.
It's definitely completely different to the first one, really, I'd say.
Yes, very different to the first one. It's kind of got a different style to it. There's like with the visual style of how they promote it, there's like a lot of like neon flashy colours and whatever, yeah.
The collector's edition makes me laugh, though, because you actually get the singing head.
Yes, I saw that.
The monster head, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
To be fair, the collector's edition for all these games looks nice.
So yeah, not really much more to say about that. And then we can talk about something after that where Xbox finally have something over the PlayStation guys. Because we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on backwards compatibility.
Oh, yes. What a game.
What have they got? Nothing!
You can re-download it.
I mean, yeah. But I mean, we've got Modern Warfare 2. What have they got besides Bloodborne, Last of Us, Spider-Man game coming out next week? VR. Crash. No, well, you've got Crash now, but they had Crash first. They've got the exclusive right to the first DLCs of Call of Duty a month before we do. I'm sure I'm missing things here. Decent free games of the month.
Yes, which we will go on later.
But we've got Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, we do. Not Modern Warfare 1?
At least until November, until the fucking remake comes out with Black Ops 4. Wait, is that a thing that's happening? I don't
know. I know it's meant to be being done.
Wait, that wouldn't make sense, because Modern Warfare 2 is an Infinity Ward and Black Ops is Treyarch. Yeah. I don't know. Was that a thing that was happening, or is that something I've just put in my head?
I've seen that it's getting remastered, but I don't actually know if it is.
But it doesn't matter because we've got it.
We've got it backwards compatible. Who needs HD when you can have the standard?
Yeah, classic.
And with all your old save progress through the cloud. Who the fuck
would play Super Mario Brothers if it was in the new style? No one. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people did it on Mario Maker, but shut the fuck up. After that, this is where I take over, because Ricky knows fuck all about this, and I know very little about it anyway. But World of Warcraft got a new expansion, Battle for Azeroth. It's kind of good. I can't say I have played much of the content of it, because I'm a little noob, even though I've been playing since 2007 when Burning Crusade came out. I mean, I'm what they call an experienced noob. I've never reached max level. I've never done any raids. I've never done any of the expansion content. But I've played it. But from what I hear, it's successful. A lot of people enjoy it. It's got a lot of sales, and it appears that World of Warcraft is kind of picking itself up from the dip it had around Mr. Pandaria. So yeah, all in all, it sounds good. There's a lot of cool features added. So that's World of Warcraft. Some things have happened lately, Ricky.
Oh, is this the Time Splitters?
This is the Time Splitters, so holy fuck. What's the name? Koch Media have acquired the rights to Time Splitters.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Oh, I want to be a monkey.
One of my favourite FPS games from like PlayStation 2.
The countless hours of me and my friends playing that when we were younger.
Fucking love that game so much. And now we are finally getting another entry. Nothing has been confirmed yet. They haven't said this game is coming at this point, but they have got the rights and they're saying they're very interested in furthering the series. So, I mean, if that's not confirming they're going to do something.
Yeah, it's got to be done. Even if they just remaster one of the other ones. Just give us it.
Yeah. Like they might start with the remaster and then make a new one.
Yeah, they probably test it, see how it goes for remaster, see how it can go with like the new online system.
Whatever they release, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down to play that shit. Also,
I'm down in sucking.
Like, I wasn't sure at first because I was like, I've never heard of Koch Media. Who the fuck are they? Like, you know, can I put confidence in them in remaking or continuing Time Splitters? But I did some research. Koch Media is basically the parent company for Deep Silver.
Yes, and
Deep Silver are the people who've got this. So Deep Silver. Dead Island, Saints Row. When I thought, they made Saints Row, that's kind of gonna suit Time Splitters when you think about it. Yeah. So I've got confidence in this. I'm hoping it's gonna go well. So yeah, fucking Time Splitters.
That's a blast from the past, isn't it?
New game being worked on. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've got for that. There's really nothing much more to say about it.
No.
But either way, I'm hyped for it. I want it. I don't care how long I'm going to have to wait for it. If I die between now and that game coming out, I will come back from the dead.
You will force yourself to play it again.
Yes. But yes. WWE 2K19. So, I like the wrestling. I like the wrestling games.
I'm down in the wrestling.
I'm down with the graps.
I don't mind the wrestling games, to be fair. I just find them so buggy and just...
Oh, they are hellaciously fucking buggy. Have you seen 2K18 on the Switch?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
It's not gone well.
Like, fucking... I recently got 2K18, yes, like 2 months before 2K19 comes out.
It's the best time to get it, though, because it's cheap, isn't it?
Yeah. But, like, one of the big features they had with 2K18 is, like, before this, whenever you did Royal Rumble, you can only have 6 people at a time in the ring. Yeah. So it'd be kind of weird, like, 6 people, then you have to wait for someone to be eliminated for someone else to be coming out. But in 2K18, they made it so it's 8 people. You can have 8 people in the ring at once. Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
No.
They had some problems on Switch, and I thought, well, it can't be that bad on Xbox One. I did a Royal Rumble. There was a few latency issues.
Oh, no.
I was like, really? Xbox One? And you're like, okay. But anyway, 2K19. A lot of interesting things happening with this game. Because they announced this $1 million challenge thing a while ago where you can fucking face AJ Styles and win $1 million or something. Still not quite sure how that fucking works. You got Ronda Rousey and Rey Mysterio as the pre-order characters. Pretty fucking cool.
Very, very cool.
Considering Ronda Rousey's doing a lot better in WWE than anyone ever thought she could. So, kudos to her. But they have brought back the 2K Showcase. So, in previous games, 2K Showcase was they'd take a popular person or group of people and they would story their career so you can play it through.
Yes.
So they'd take highlights from their career and you could play this match or what have you. So, in ones I think 2K16, they had the Stone Cold Steve Austin 2K Showcase.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, and you could play through his career. I believe there was a DX 2K Showcase. There might have been an Undertaker one. I'm not sure. But they stopped that with 2K17. No. Yeah, 2K17. There wasn't one in 2K17. Oh. So people were kind of like, oh, that kind of sucks. You just got like our career, which isn't that good.
No.
Or universe mode, which is essentially kind of general manager mode. Like you can make the modes, you can change the championships, you can make your own TV shows and whatever, your pay-per-views. Yeah. You've just got free reign to dabble with the WWE universe, however you feel.
Sprinkle your soul a bit here and there.
Yeah. But now they've brought back 2K Showcase, and they have picked one hell of a guy to do the 2K Showcase on.
Yes.
The recently returned from retirement, Daniel Bryan.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, this announcement was what tipped me off that Daniel Bryan would be re-signing his contract.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of thing like, oh, he might not re-sign his contract, he might go to New Japan or Ring of Honor or something like that after his contract because he's shown frustrations or what have you. But as soon as this happened, I was like, yeah, he's going to be staying.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Well, especially considering his contract runs out in September, the game's coming out in November, it's going to be a bit awkward if like he's no longer with the company wrestling in a different promotion. Meanwhile, the main part of their new game is focused around him. Like, that's going to be a good promotion for the other company, not WWE. Yeah. So that kind of...
There's nothing to say that wouldn't happen because WWE isn't getting the best times at the moment, is it?
I mean, it's not really. I mean, they finally got rid of Brock Lesnar as champion. They needed that to happen.
Yep.
I mean, I don't like Roman Reigns, but I'd accept him as champion more than Brock at the moment. So I just hope someone takes it off him soon. But that's not 2K19. So yeah, Daniel Bryan 2K Showcase. I'm very much interested in that. And they've also revealed the roster. There was a bunch of people in there that I'm looking forward to being in the new game.
76 into it, wasn't it?
I think it was 75. I'm not sure. There were some people who weren't in the last game, but they were added as DLC. So like Aleister Black is in there. A bunch of the NXT guys were in there. Velveteen Dream is going to be in this one. Oh my god.
Oh Lord.
Mate, you don't know Velveteen Dream. He's essentially the WWE's Prince tribute, and he is amazing.
I think I've seen photos and videos of him.
His finisher is a top rope elbow drop called the Purple Rainmaker.
Oh no.
It's amazing. He's awesome. I love him. And it's going to be awesome to have him in the next game. Thing is, though, with WWE wrestlers being in the next game, the only time I'm ever excited if they're in the new game is if I like their theme, their entrance music, and I'll be like, oh, I can put that on my wrestler. That's literally the only reason. Like Aleister Black, his theme's awesome. I'm going to put that on my wrestler. Fuck it. Or I might just give myself some Velveteen Dream.
Like a purple rain.
Hit it. Oh. But yes, I'm looking forward to 2K19. I'm going to be playing that shit.
2 months before the next one comes out.
Yep, I'm going to be playing that like next year in 2K19 when it actually is the year of its fucking title. No. But yeah, so that's 2K19. And now Diablo. So
Diablo.
I actually found out an extra news stories about Diablo that literally came out today or in the past 24 hours.
Ooh.
When I was looking up this other one, because I'd heard that
I think I know what you're on about, to be fair.
Blizzard say that they're working on multiple Diablo-related projects.
No, I mean the one that came out today.
Oh, right, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the Blizzard have come out and said that they're working on multiple Diablo projects, which got a lot of people's jimmies a-rustling.
Yes. Made them hard.
Make them moist. Not quite as moist as me for Doom Eternal. No, but, yeah. I like a bit of Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo's decent.
Yeah, so I'm very much interested to see what it is they're working on. There's been a few speculations thrown around. People saying that they're going to be porting Diablo 3 to the Switch, which could be an interesting thing. I'd like Diablo to be the first mobile entry in the series. There have others been saying that they're going to port it to mobile, which could be an interesting choice. I can't say I'd be overly thrilled. The other two, which is I think what a lot of people are hoping for, and I'm hoping for as well, a remaster of Diablo 1 and 2,
Which would be good.
which would be awesome, and just straight up Diablo 4.
Yeah.
So either of those last two, I'd be down for. I'd be like, even like Diablo 3 on the Switch, I'd kind of be like, well, yeah. But it's said multiple, so if that is one of the things, we've still got something else as well, which could very well be Diablo 4 or remasters or something.
Yeah. It's very true.
But I imagine we will hear more about that at BlizzCon later in November.
Yeah, that's this year. November this year.
Yeah, so we've got a few months to wait, but I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what happens. We'll probably definitely do like a BlizzCon thing.
Exclusively thing.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'll have a few things to say about BlizzCon because I like most of Blizzard's things. Like Warcraft and Diablo and Overwatch. So they might say something about Warcraft Classic, so that'd be awesome. But anyway.
There'd be lots of stuff.
Yes. And then the thing I found out today is that there are rumours circulating that there is going to be a Diablo Netflix series.
That is the one.
That is the one.
Today.
That kind of took me out of nowhere. I was like, what? Diablo Netflix? Okay.
It's different. It would be different.
It would be different.
They've done Castlevania, haven't they?
They've done Castlevania. I never actually watched that. I probably should.
Apparently it's really good.
But yeah, I'm open to it. I'll give it a go.
It's nice to see like games branching out to different like TV series and films. So Assassin's Creed did it with a big film.
Yes. Warcraft had its own movie.
Yeah, Warcraft had its own movie.
With mixed responses.
Yeah, not many people like that. Wow.
I think the main problem with that is what a lot of people know about Warcraft is the World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And the story that was told in the Warcraft movie was before World of Warcraft. That's like Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are kind of like foreign to that kind of thing. Like, oh, well, where's this guy?
Yeah.
Where's
my main boy?
What?
Where's my main boys?
Where's my main boys? Yeah. Well, there's a lot of boys to have in Warcraft. It's called a World of Warcraft for a reason. But yeah, Diablo Netflix series. I'm kind of interested to see how that plays out. But I'm sure we will hear more about that at BlizzCon. So that could be one of the Diablo projects.
That is very true.
They could be. That's just jumped into my head. That could be one of the Diablo projects. But again, we'll see what comes of that later in the year.
Then into some sad news. Not sad as
yes,
early.
we've got a couple of delays. we've got a couple of delays. So one, we'll start with the most devastating. The Spyro Reignited trilogy has been delayed till November 13th.
Sad times.
It's still coming. It hasn't been cancelled. It's still coming. I think the delay was expected because there was a thing going around that they fucked up something with some of the games.
Yeah.
So I think, like, as long as if they're doing this to make sure the game comes out right, then fuck it.
Yeah. You want it to be good.
Yeah. And then Battlefield 5 has been delayed till November 20th. November is like a very painful month of the year.
Yes.
That's when my wallet is. That's when my bank account is like, fucking stop, dude.
My bank account's horrible anyway on November. Not even if I wasn't a gamer, it'd still be horrible because obviously there was my ex's birthday, my dad's birthday.
Oh shit, yeah.
My brother's birthday.
Oh Jesus.
My nan's birthday, and then my nephew's birthday, all in the same week.
Is what you do. You buy each of them a copy of a game you want and be like, oh, can I have a go?
Oh, this is very true.
Yeah, can I have a go? Can I borrow that for like a year, 2, 3?
But yeah, no, it's just unreal. Literally 1 week, and there's like 5 birthdays.
Oh yeah, that was me with my ex-partner when things came out between December and February. Because we had like Christmas 1 month, anniversaries the next, and birthdays the week after, the month after, and Valentine's Day.
So much at once, isn't it?
But yes, some very unfortunate delays.
But at least we've got money to save on games now.
Yes. Gwent, the card game featured in the Witcher universe.
Yeah.
So this kind of confused me.
Isn't it like a single player campaign?
Yeah, a single player campaign is coming out for a Gwent, like the Gwent card game. But this kind of confused me because it said it was standalone and what have you. But there's already the free-to-play Gwent game. Yes. I was like, okay, so what, it's going to be separate from that and what have you? And that is the case. It's not going to be part of the, what do they call it, the Gwent game client. So it's going to be a straight-up standalone title. The way I kind of see it is Gwent, the free-to-play game, is going to be like the online, play against your friends, play against random people, make a deck, buy packs, whatever, and that's it. The standalone is going to be, there's a story to it, you what have you, and then you just go through and play play NPCs and find out the story. If I had to compare it to something, if you go to Hearthstone, yeah, you've got like the single player, or you can just play practice against some rando or whatever. But there's also expansions where there's a story, and you go through a tower, and like you reveal a story. Like it's not like it's rarely ever a serious story. Like one of them's like one of the major lore characters throwing a massive party at his house, and then fighting over a bunch of people. He's got like a very British accent and what have you. I think he might have a British accent, but in this one it's like a really like kind of British accent, and. He's like, Maroon, where are the wine glasses? Like it's
too British.
Yeah. And like a demon turns up at his party. He's like, you didn't have an invite. So they play a game of Hearthstone. So it's kind of like that, but instead of like those expansions being in the same game as Hearthstone, it's cut off.
Yeah.
I find that kind of weird. I don't understand why they wouldn't roll it out in the same thing. Seems a bit unnecessary.
I suppose it could be because of game storage and stuff.
Maybe. But like, if it was like a money thing where it's like, well, the game's free to play, but the expansions aren't. That's the same with Hearthstone. You have to pay for those expansions, but the base game of just playing against randos or solo is free. But I mean, you can earn coins to buy the expansions with coins, but it takes a long time to earn coins. So. Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I might give it a try. I don't know.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah,
because I'm not £10 an expansion. Yeah, not gonna bother.
I mean, I'm not very good at Gwent.
I've not played it, but I do know of it.
I've given it a crack multiple times, but I just haven't quite grasped it. I've never really been that good at it. So, but Hearthstone, I enjoy playing that. I enjoy playing that a lot. So I guess I have played expansions on that. Yeah, that's it for Gwent. Now there's a little, like, this is just going to be a rapid fire quick bit here. Far Cry 5 has got an update or patch or whatever you want to call it, where they've added New Game Plus.
Yes.
I'm always down for that. I like it. Like, if they're going to add some form of challenge to the game, then fucking crack on. Anyone who doesn't know what New Game Plus is essentially hard mode difficulty, like above hard mode. It's like the hardest mode difficulty, but everything you did in your last playthrough is carried through.
Yeah.
So like all the abilities, weapons, gear you had from the game you just completed, you have to complete it. You will have when you start New Game Plus, but everything else is way harder to deal with. So I like that. Like,
so when you come across your first, like, I've not played Far Cry 5, but if you came across your first camp, like the guys that you took out with a bow or whatever, or you literally punched them in the face and they were dead, you'd have to use your abilities and thing, and they're going to see you and hear you way before, and probably about 20 times the amount.
Like, I think the best integration of New Game Plus was in like the Dark Souls and Bloodborne game. Like, people who have completed that shit on Plus, fucking, they're troopers. And for all those people that, I found Dark Souls easy, you're lying. Fuck yourself.
You're not human.
Yes. The PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game is coming out in about a week or so. Yep, straight on a week. 7th of September.
Yes.
So that looks fucking awesome.
Gucci.
But I don't have PlayStation, so fuck me.
I do.
Well, fuck you then. And speaking of Sony, they have announced a limited edition PlayStation to celebrate selling 500 million PlayStation consoles. Not the PlayStation 4, but the combination of PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. And all the Slims and Pros and what have you.
All of them.
So they're releasing a PlayStation 4 Pro in a limited edition style to celebrate that.
Crystal blue case.
Yes, to compare it to something, if you remember the old original Xbox's crystal thing, it's like that, but blue.
And it does look gorgeous. Looks very spicy.
But yeah, so if you're a collector and got a few £100 lying around, that'll be coming out soon.
Crack on
with that shit.
Yeah, limited edition as well, so you know it'd be worth something in the future.
Limited. And we've made it to the end of the game section.
Which is my part.
Which is where we go over to Ricky in the What's Free This Month corner. Ricky, what have you got to us?
Well, I will start with Games for Gold, as it's pretty disappointing.
As always.
We've got a game I can't actually say the second word for. Prison Architect. Oh, okay, I was going to say it right then. Yep. But yeah, so we got that. We've also got Live Lock.
Live Lock, yes.
Lego Star Wars 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't actually see it on my screen. The Sega Vintage Collection Monster World, is that?
Monster World, yes. Interesting little tidbit about that. The third entry, because it's a trilogy, the third entry has never been released outside Japan.
Oh wow! So actually, that's probably a good pickup.
Actually kind of interesting, and it's a vintage game, like a retro pixels and what have you. So I'm probably going to give that a try actually after doing a bit of research.
See, with most Game for Gold, it's normally like $100 plus that they always say. I always go off dollars because that's always the screenshots that are released. This one's only $70. So it's the cheapest Games for Gold, I think, as of yet, since they started the whole campaign.
Possibly.
And you can tell.
Especially considering that, because I went and watched the YouTube video on the actual Xbox channel because I couldn't actually read what was on the thing. And I looked at the comments, and there were a bunch of people who were incredibly disappointed because they heard that it was going to be like Far Cry Primal or something like that. Good. So yeah,
but
and also, if I'm wrong about the third entry not being released in Japan and not being released outside of Japan, don't blame me. Blame Major Nelson. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, Prison Architect is basically, well, it's not. It's obviously a different game, but I think it's a little bit like The Escapist. A bit more better graphics, obviously, because it's not pixel.
Yeah, but it's not so much based around escaping the prison. It's based around making the prison and like organizing the inmates and trying to. Like, I think there was something in there where you actually have to like help the inmates and what have you, like actually try and
help their rehabilitation.
That's it, rehabilitation. Yeah.
Yes, but so obviously I guess you would take the form of a control room in a prison, and you would obviously integrate the rehabilitation and release plans of prisoners,
and you like develop and design the prison and what have you as well. It's kind of like Sim Prison.
Yeah. So if you like that sort of thing, I'd probably give it a crack.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking that as well, to be fair.
But yeah, I've got interest in that sort of thing. So.
Live
Lock, I don't really know what that looks like.
Not a clue. It's a twin stick shooter.
Okay, well, there you go. That's what that is. Yeah. Lego Star Wars 3 is essentially the same as the first and second one, but it's the third one.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoy Lego games. I used to play with my mum all the time, and Lego Star Wars 3.
Yeah, alright.
Is it the Clone Wars?
I don't know.
But
I know I liked Indiana Jones Lego.
yeah, Indiana Jones one was funny. But Star Wars ones, I'm not that big of Star Wars, but they're always fun for my mum. And then obviously the vintage collection, if people know what that is. So
yes,
that's all good. And then from Xbox disappointment to PlayStation,
just knocking the ball out the park, round the world, and back in the park again.
Yes. So for PS4, actually, I'm not even going to start with PS4. I'll get the hype later. So we've got two PS Vita games. We got Sparkle 2 and Foul Play.
Yeah. Don't know.
I don't know what either of them are. Yeah. You've got QB Director's Cut and Another World 20th Anniversary Edition for PlayStation 3.
Is an incredibly amazing game.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's like I believe it's like it's like an adventure game kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, the Game Grumps played it and it was quite entertaining. I'd play it. I'd give it a go.
Yeah. Top tip for anyone that doesn't have a PS3 and PS Vita, because obviously, unfortunately, with PlayStation 4, you can download all these games, but you can't play them all on PS4. So the best thing to do is download the PlayStation app and buy them all. So then if you get a PS3 in the future or a PS Vita, you can get them. And vice versa, if you don't have a PS4, you can still download the games and then play them when you get a PS4. Because when I first got PSN Gold, I didn't download the PS3 and PS Vita games because I couldn't. Then I realised I could do it that way, and now I've got a PS3. If I set that up, I'd have probably about 40 games I've had, and if I ever get a Vita, I'll be able to play for days. So it's always a top tip.
Yeah.
And then going on to I'd say super PS4 games for the next month.
Yes.
Is God of War 3 Remastered.
Oh.
Shame it's not the fourth, but third is just as good.
Oh, it's fucking amazing, dude.
And then Destiny 2.
Destiny fucking 2.
Again, which is amazing. I'd imagine at the same time when they hit the sales come out, you could probably get the Forsaken King or something?
Forsaken King was the first one.
Oh.
But there is still a bunch of like expansions and DLCs.
I'd imagine like Season Pass, DLC, voice break.
I was going to say, I know, is that?
Destiny 2. But no, so I imagine like you'll probably have to get the Season Pass for like a tenner or something, so you're basically getting the full game for nothing.
I reckon it'd be about 20 quid.
Yeah.
Season Pass maybe.
Yeah. But you have to wait and see. But
yes.
Yeah, phenomenal. And I obviously I don't have the price in front of me of how much this is all worth, but I'm gonna say it's a lot more than $70.
Fuck yes, it is. It does have there's 2 extra games to help balance it out, but even without 2 extra games, I think that would be over $70.
Yeah. I think just Destiny 2 and God of War 3 would just be $70 to be fair.
Yeah.
Another thing as well, the 2 bonus buys, the VR game and the which one was it? The Knowledge is Power. They are still free for this month as well.
Ah, awesome.
And that brings us to the end of the free games.
Well, there we go. I hope you enjoyed us talking about video games for
a while.
I knew you said 100 minutes then. Like 1 hour and 24 minutes. Not that bad, all things considered.
No, that's good. We took 4 hours once.
Yes, this is true. But there was a lot of shit going on then. So, moving on from there, we shall talk about movies and TV shows.
Movies and TV shows.
Yes. Are we making jingles now?
I don't know. I thought I'd give it a crack.
Movies and TV shows. So you haven't really watched anything lately, have you?
Like I said yesterday, I watched Sherlock again, series 1, and it made me love it more. I watched a few episodes, but fell asleep. But I watched a few
good
episodes.
Old Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that guy. Ooh, he's a good actor.
He's a good lad. He saved the guy. Saved the guy from getting mugged.
Yeah.
You hear about that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Wasn't that abroad?
It was literally right around the corner from Baker Street.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh. I knew that he's helped someone. I just didn't know where it was.
He jumped out of an Uber and like just chased off these like muggers who like beat down the cyclist, and he was just round the corner from Baker Street.
That's well ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. Because there was like news articles like, oh, he is Sherlock.
Oh. What else have I watched recently? I watched Harry Potter again. An Awkward Moment, which is a film with Zac Efron and a couple of other dudes. Mm-hmm. And the film is very awkward in itself. Mm-hmm. It's about a male nurse, his partner cheats on him, So obviously he's going through a divorce and stuff. And funnily enough, the person that helps the divorce, the lawyer, is the person she was sleeping with. So that's
what a surprise.
That's all fun. She said the only reason she was leaving him was because he was never compassionate, never loved her, never gave her a good time in the bedroom. With that, Zac Efron's character and the other guy, I can't remember who that plays him, basically just sleeps with anything. They all end up falling in love, and then the nurse basically gets back with his partner because he rocks her world in some senses, and she loves him again. So
that is a very stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
I do not agree with this ending to that.
I tuned in and out of that film, so you can comment down below going, it's not it's an amazing film. But I just tuned in and out. Yeah. It was very peculiar.
Well.
But then actually going on the ones we've written down.
Well, there's only one thing written down.
Oh, okay.
I watched a bit of Matt Groening's new cartoon, Disenchantment, the Netflix original series. I've only watched the first episode properly. I did have the second episode on before you got here, but I wasn't really fully paying attention.
Yeah, I paid a little bit of attention.
Yeah. But I'd say it's pretty decent. I haven't watched enough of it to say, yeah, it's fucking Futurama levels of awesome or Simpsons levels of awesome. It would be one hell of a thing for it to do that. But it does have the potential to, because obviously it's Groening.
Yeah. He's no matter what he does, I think he gets something from it.
Oh yeah. There is a lot of familiar faces. Voices. There is a lot of familiar voices in the show. Just watching it, you'll be like, that's Billy West. Yeah. That's John DiMaggio. But like what I think is nice is like in the show, he could have easily had it as like Billy West and John DiMaggio and all the familiar voices as the main characters, because obviously they're established. People know them. They were Fry, they were Bender, and whatever. But he's kind of put them as like the secondary characters, which I think is pretty cool. Like they've got like some like the main cast is people you've probably heard of one of them. So I've got the cast here. So Bean, who is the main character, the princess girl, whatever, the princess who doesn't really want to be a princess. She's played by Abby Jacobson. Sorry, Abby Jacobson. I did Google her because I hadn't heard of her, and the reason I haven't heard of her is because she's never been in anything I've watched. She was in Bad Neighbours 2. Other stuff.
Oh no, I'm guessing she's not the person I'm thinking of.
Maybe.
She wasn't the little girl in Kick-Ass, was she?
I don't think so. Hang on, I'm googling things.
Because the main character in the sorority of Bad Neighbours 2.
I don't think it was her.
Okay, I was going to say she was the little girl in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Oh no, it's not her.
No. No, she was in Broad City.
Nope.
The Lego Ninjago movie.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have known what she looked like if I watched that anyway.
Exactly. Well, you're not going to know what she looks like in Disenchantment either.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah. Person to Person, 6 Balloons, Special Things to Do. Yeah, that's about it, really.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know who she is.
Face
looks nice. Nice. It looks familiar.
Right. But yeah, so she plays the lead role, and the one you'll probably know is the demon thing that you saw, like the little black, kind of like a
very
silhouette.
Sarcastic, but hilarious.
That was Eric Andre. Does the name sound familiar? Do you remember a while ago? I might have put it in a group chat. I sent a link to the Eric Andre show where he just goes fucking crazy in the intro, and then he has Buddha and Jesus fight each other. And he stood on the side like, yeah, Buddha, get Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
That guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. He is a fucking hilarious man. On his, like, the whole purpose of the Eric Andre show was, like, he's meant to be like a Conan or Stephen Colbert or late night kind of host sort of thing. But it's like a very, like, the set is horrible. It's very sleazy kind of thing, and it's like in a rundown studio. So any celebrities that come on there are just like, oh well, I'm getting paid, so whatever. And then he just disturbs them. Like there was one, like the one person who was walked off the set. I believe she was one of the characters in The Hills or 90210, one of those kind of shows. I don't know. He puked on the desk and started slurping it up.
Oh my goodness!
And then she was like, no, I'm gonna leave.
I would have been out, to be fair.
But he just does these kind of things like this, where like he's not afraid to get naked. He'll just get up, just dong out, whatever. He'll break tables. He'll just do weird. Like the whole purpose is just to freak people out.
Yeah,
and he's just generally funny.
It's like the patience test, but an actual show.
Yeah, but like he's just gross out humour, general humour. He's a very funny guy. And when I looked at the cast and saw who he was in there, I was like, oh, this could be. He might be just like a cameo or something. But it was like, no, he's one of the main characters. And I believe he's going to be kind of like the Bender of the show to compare it to anything. Yeah. Like the one that people quote and think, he's funny.
From the about 5-10 minutes I paid attention to it when I popped around.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
Yeah.
It felt like he was completely different to all the other characters with the way he is. And then
from what I know of his story is he's a demon that has been sent specifically for Bean. And there was kind of like like a looming plot with him in the first one where like there's these people watching him like in like a hellfire kind of thing, like they're watching him like the demon is doing his job well.
Okay.
So there might be a thing with him, but it might be one of those things where like he decides he likes Bean, so he's not going to fuck her over or something. I don't know.
It does seem like a very laid back character.
Yes. Essentially from what I've gathered, because there's the other main character Alpho, and he's like very sweet and innocent and what have you, because he was raised in a round of happy elves or whatever.
Yeah. The guy that was getting blood transfusion.
Yes. Yeah. The way I see it is, it's like good and evil. Like there's that thing where like if someone's got a moral decision to make, they've got like the devil and the angel on their shoulder. I kind of think that's what it is with. Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah. But even still, there was a lot of. There wasn't like laugh out loud moments in the first episode, but there were moments where I was like, that's kind of funny actually.
Yeah, little giggles.
Yeah. There was one where like, there's people I mentioned earlier who are watching him watching the guy and the demons in the fire and what have you. He said something and he went to point at something in the fire and he did, and they've got like the very calm, like sinister tone the whole time, like I see she's doing well, and he's like, look at that, and like he burns his finger and he's like, ow. and then the other person's like, it's fire, Greg, it's hot, and he's like, I know, I was there. And I was like, what the fuck? It was there's a lot of funny moments.
That sounds pretty cool, to be fair.
Yeah. I'd recommend it. It's worth a watch. I haven't, like I said, I've just seen the first episode, and what I saw, I thought was quite enjoyable. There's a lot of familiar voices. I think one of the funnest parts to do is like listen to a character and be like, "That's him. That's Billy." Or that's like as soon as the king started speaking, I was like, "That's John DiMaggio."
Yeah,
straight out, because he like, not to say all of his characters sound the same, but they do go down a similar route.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to tell me Jake from Adventure Time doesn't sound like Bender, you're fucking nuts. But I'd say that, like, the king kind of sounds like Bender if he's, like, well, he does smoke like 40 a day, but he's a robot, so it doesn't affect his throat.
Yeah. If
Bender was human and smoked 40, like, and smoked as he normally does, that's what he sounds like.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a very raspier Bender. But it's like, it's nice seeing them in there. Like you think, he's there. Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely recommend it. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about one of the other main guys. Nate Faxon. Nathaniel Faxon. He's billed as Nat or Nate or whatever the fuck he wants to go by, Faxon. The reason I say Nat is because there isn't an E, it's just N-A-T. So, I haven't heard of him. He's been in a lot of things, but a lot of things I haven't watched.
Yes.
Or heard of. So, like, I think this is kind of like one of his big break roles. Maybe. But the thing is, like, you look at his picture, and then you hear the voice of Alpho. You're like, what the fuck? This dude?
How is he that?
Yeah. But yeah, no, he's doing a good job. Like, I would never think that he was Elfo. Yeah. And he seems to suit the role quite well. So, credit to him. He's doing it. It's going well. But overall, yeah, it's looking promising. Netflix have kind of put it on there weird because, like, your like seasons and what have you. The way they've done it is part 1. So you got part 1, episode 1, part 1, episode 2, part 1, episode 3, part 1, episode 4, up to episode 10. So instead of seasons, they've got parts. And I was like, what? Why not just put seasons, dude? Yeah, I think it might be more from like the old stories kind of thing, like, the first part of our story and what have you.
Yeah.
Because from what I could tell, there is like a linking story, kind of similar to Futurama, how things did happen in Futurama that would be referenced later on. Like, there was like a consecutive storyline, unlike Simpsons, where things happen and they're forgotten about in the next episode. Yeah. But it does seem to be more of because like Futurama, there would be a lot of one-off episodes and things would never get mentioned again. But in this, it does seem to be a continuous story all the way through.
That might be why then.
Yeah, so maybe. But yeah, love it. Maurice LaMarche was in there as well. Many people might know him as the voice of Gorbo, the news presenter in Futurama, who screams death and destruction all the time. I believe he was Brain. Pinky and the Brain. He was Brain. Brain. He's been around a long time. He's one of like the most decorated voice actors. So, yeah, if you like voice actors, there's a lot of them in this show. Yeah. Well, I mean, what do you expect? It's a fucking cartoon.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Most actors thrive with that kind of thing, where it's not their face being...
And
obviously,
like, if I was to do any form of acting, I'd like to do voice acting. Because I'm not comfortable with my image. I mean, let's face it. I do look like a rampaging drug addict. Especially when like my hair starts peeling out of my ponytail and starts going all like... Yeah.
Like I said, I just look generic.
Yes, unless you've got anything else, I think we're done with movies and TV.
Yes, we are.
Okay, music. Again, as I said last time, music. I'm surprised how much we were talking about music.
Yeah,
like when we first started this, we were like, "Oh, what can we talk about on the podcast? Oh, we can talk about games, movies, music." That's like the trio, isn't it? I was like, yeah. I mean, we don't listen to a lot of music, but I don't know. I think we just started the podcast at the right time, and that right time being Ninja Sex Party, making a whole bunch of awesomeness.
And talking of Ninja Sex Party,
yes,
that album
Cool Patrol is out. The album is out. Fucking hell, what an album! I'm gonna say it now. It's the best album they have ever made. It is incredible. They've got 2. This is their 6th album.
Yeah, mad, isn't it?
Yeah, their 6th album since about 2012.
So every year consecutively, pretty much.
Pretty much. They've made an album every year or so. I don't know, they might have made an album before 2012. I'm not sure. 2012 is when Dan joined Game Grumps, but they were doing NSP before that, but I'm not sure if they had the budget to make actual CDs or albums. I don't know. But this album is so fucking good. This is so fucking good. Like, the first album we talked about on this podcast was the Gorillaz album. The new Gorillaz album. The Now?
No, yeah, I don't think I've even attempted to listen to it.
Yeah. I did. I listened to it. I listened to all the songs. One song was good. Out of the 12 or however many was on there. This album, they are all fucking fantastic. There are some that do stand out more than others, but all of them are fucking fantastic. Yeah. And obviously Ninja Sex Party being a comedy band, they've got like little comedy skits in there, like music assisted comedy skits. So they're not outright songs. Like, I played a couple for you, didn't I? There was
brilliant.
The Go Fuck Yourself song.
Yep.
Which is kind of like a cheerleader, give me a G, give me an O, give me an F kind of thing. And it kind of builds up to just basically saying go fuck yourself. So that was fucking amazing. Dan reading his romance novel that he's been writing for the past 16 years.
Ninja Brian coming in and on the keyboard.
The best part about that was the second time Brian stopped. And he just slams down on the thing, and Danny just immediately, eat a dick, Brian!
Just straight up, like, no hesitation.
Yeah, this shit is hot and you know it. It was so good. But as for songs, there was a bunch that we previously mentioned. Obviously, Cool Patrol featuring Jacksepticeye. Eating Our Food in the Shower, Orgy for One, Danny Don't You Know, still my favourite. After all the songs on there, Danny Don't You Know is still my favourite.
Danny Don't You Know is a banger.
It is awesome. I've written a few down here that weren't in that are new to me as of hearing the album. Smooth Talking is fucking hilarious. It's got a good beat to it. It's good, it's a good jam.
Good jam.
But the lyrics are fucking hilarious. It's essentially him trying to convince Daniel Bryan. I mean, Daniel Bryan does have
You're getting tired again, mate.
No, Ninja Bryan, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah,
Daniel Bryan has the potential to be a ninja. I'm just saying he's quite athletic. Okay.
Why?
But Ninja Bryan he's trying to convince Ninja Bryan that he is a master of words with the ladies.
Yeah. I think I've seen it. Is it? No, that's not the one where it's like an animation, is it?
No. And he's just he's saying, "Hey, I want to do this to you." He's basically saying he's going to do all these sexual things, but he says ridiculous words for body parts and positions. He's like, "I'm going to go verbal yoga schmorgen," kind of thing. Just all the way through. I'm like, oh my gosh. There is not one point where he says a serious word. He's like, "I'm going to fuck you," or something. No, I'm gonna sniggle your bibble. I think there's one part where he gets rejected at the end or something, or maybe Brian hits him in the dick and he's like, Michael Schmoigen. It's fucking hilarious. Courtship of the Mermaid, essentially the plot of that one. Ninja Brian and Danny find a river that has a mermaid living in it, and Danny is just immediately entranced with this mermaid. He's like, I must attract her. I must talk to her. How do I do it? And he throws a pizza at her. Pizza. Oh. He starts screaming and throws pizza at her. It's like, throw the pizza! Oh, it's so good. It basically ends with Brian throwing him across the lake or something to try and chase the mermaid, and then he breaks all of his legs, and then he witnesses the mermaid and a male mermaid fuck. And then finally,
the pizza didn't work then.
No. He the first time the pizza didn't work, he was like, there must be something else I have to do. What is it? More pizza! Brian, more pizza! And then the final track on the album was Mansion Party, and that's just an awesome song as well. Basically, he's bragging about he's got a massive house and whatever. We're going to have a party, and there's going to be fighting pandas and shit. Oh, it's so good.
How the other half live? How the other half live?
Yes.
I'm fighting pandas in this house.
But it's just such a good fucking album. There's so many good songs. If you like Ninja Sex Party, you're going to love this album. If you don't like Ninja Sex Party, fuck you. If you've never heard Ninja Sex Party before, listen to this fucking album.
Yes.
I highly fucking recommend it. Between this and the last podcast, there were a couple new music videos that came out on the Ninja Sex Party YouTube channel. Both of them were animated, I think. One of them was maybe half animated, but it kind of looked like Disney.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that's the one I thought was Smooth Talking.
Yeah, that was Heartboner.
That's the one, Heartboner.
Which is...
Got a Heartboner for you.
Which is one of my favourite songs on the album, really.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It's just the way he sings it. It's like, I got a heartburn of it, and then it's just like, it's so... Obviously, I can't fucking recreate it. No. I'm like... People who say, "Oh, he's just a let's play, he can't sing." Fuck off. Danny can fucking sing.
He can fucking sing.
He can fucking I still remember my ex being like, "Oh, he's not that good. He can't sing that well." And then I completely fucking fooled her, and I was like, "Okay, well, let's listen to "Take on Me" by Aha."
I did exactly the same.
Yeah, but I played the Ninja Sex Party cover. It's like, "Can this guy sing? Is he better?" He's like, "Yeah, he can sing." I was like, "Joke's on you, it's Danny." Yeah. He's like, "Well, I mean, it basically narrowed down to the fact that she didn't like comedy songs."
Yeah.
But this Heartburner was good. It was an amazing music video. First Date, another amazing music video. I believe it was made by Shucharu, who makes a bunch of amazing Game Grumps related animated things. Shit. That's my shit song.
Shit.
Shit. First Date made by Shucharu. Oh yeah, and Heart Boner was half real life, half animation.
Yeah, that's what
But they both look fantastic. They're both fantastic fucking songs. First Date is essentially Danny trying to look like a badass on his first date. So it's like, hey, let's steal a car. Or, hey, let's rob this bank. Or, hey, let's kill this guy on our first date. And in the end, she fucks Ninja Brian. But yes, Ninja Sex Party's new album. I knew it was going to be awesome. And somehow my expectations were just exceeded. Yeah. It was a fantastic album. Just bloody... Oh. But, moving on from that, there was an album out of nowhere. Eminem.
Which, it was about 8 hours when I told Kai this morning about it. So, probably within the... Well, obviously by the time this goes up, within the last 36 hours, this just dropped from the sky.
He just came in like Randy Orton, just RKO out of nowhere, but it's an album.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure the album's called Kamikaze for a reason, because he just dropped it out of nowhere.
Yeah.
From the sky, like you were saying. I feel like you were leading to that then.
Yes.
But I kind of...
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton did. I RKO'd it out of nowhere.
I think I don't know if it's a symbolism in it, but with obviously Kamikazes, they crash and burn once they crash. I think he's trying to sort of rewind it to sort of say this album isn't going to crash and burn. I might have Kamikazed it out of nowhere, but like... I've came to fuck people's day up.
Yeah, like he's targeted a lot of people.
Yeah. News articles automatically said Donald Trump.
Yep.
Which is a good thing after what happened after we spoke about earlier.
Yeah, I heard him mention Mike Pence, which is the vice president.
Yep.
But from the few songs we listened to, I never heard him mention Trump.
No. Obviously he takes digs at like Little Pump and Little whatever they are. All them mumble rappers.
Speaking of Little Pump, I'm just going to mention this because it fucking blew our minds.
It blew.
Earlier. Little Pump is 18 years old. 18 years old, that kid. I can call him kid because he is a kid to me.
I can't wait till he's 80. And he regrets everything he's done in his life. But I probably won't regret it with the money, but...
I mean, he's making a bunch of money. He can't regret it, really.
That's if he lives to 80. He got shot, a few months back?
Yeah. But it just surprised... That kid's 18! Fucking, I feel old, man. I'm only 22, but I feel old. Yeah, he targeted him, Little Yachty, Little Yaki, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
Did he target his manager?
I'm going to go ahead and say yes, because there's a part of it where it's like Paul's skit or something.
Yeah.
And it's a phone call from his agent trying to get hold of Eminem, and he says, "Oh, I don't think the album Kamikaze is pretty silly. Like, you're going to go at all the people that have said your album was shit, and then what you're going to do, release Kamikaze 2 of all the people that say this album's going to be shit." He was like, "I don't really know where you're going with this. It's not going to work. Like, just call me back for fuck's sake," and then hangs up. Then he plays like a song, and it sounds obviously, which is fair play. And then he obviously then a song plays, and then it's him phoning his agent, and he obviously goes to answer the phone. He's like, "It'd be nice if you fucking answered your phone," and like all this lot. And he said like he's gonna go and fucking kick the shit out of Little Yicky or whatever it was, wasn't it?
Is it Little Yachty? I didn't hear exactly what he said because he was speaking a lot of gangster shit, and I don't understand that.
Yeah. And he was just like basically saying he's giving me shit. I read on Twitter comments, and he thinks like I can't rhyme for like or anything. And he was like, "This is rhyming." And that was like a rap. And then he's like, "I know where he lives. I'm driving there to see it
I don't
now."
know. I don't know exactly what he was saying, but I heard this fool's in Michigan. I'm going to go there and beat the fuck out of him.
I think I know where his address is.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fucking call me back," and then hangs up.
Yeah. So we believe from what we've seen that he has kind of left his manager because there was like a thing about him and Dre being the only ones who knew about it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't surprise me.
On the back of the album, it was from Eminem and Dre Studios or Limited or something.
Because that doesn't surprise me because him and Dre have been like close for years. So yeah, he's been one of the. He's like the next old, like, I'm not going to say old school rapper because he's not an old school rapper. Like, he's one of the well-known rappers who have come out and kind of like publicly dissed the new kind of style of rap. Like, you know, like the little pump and yada kind of thing where they'll just doing like the mumbling kind of thing.
Yeah, the mumble rap.
Because he's done it with this album, and Snoop Dogg did it a while ago when he was on some podcast. He was saying, I'll tell you what's ruining rap. These kids going...
Coming from Snoop is even better.
Yeah.
But,
especially considering he had a joint in one hand.
as always.
Yeah.
For medicinal purposes.
But yeah, no, the album kind of came out of nowhere and just fucking... It literally landed like a kamikaze pilot. It's just blown up and caused a bunch of shit.
Yeah, but I think that's always been Eminem's way, isn't it? Like, when he first came about, everyone was like, oh, white rapper, that's not a thing. And obviously he blew that out of the water. Yeah. And then,
well, like, he made the point where Elvis was doing black singing.
Yeah. So. Well, he even made a song, Guess Who's Back?
Literally.
Back again. She's back.
Copyright. Right.
Do you know what? If I was ever
channel flags taken down.
If I was ever good at singing, like playing an instrument and singing, I would purposely go out of my way to sing a song so similar to that one to see if I could get YouTube like restricted on my own version. I think that would be so fun to do. Be like challenges or whatever.
Mate, I think Danny could do that.
Oh yeah.
Like his take on me was fucking. Oof.
It was phenomenal. But I would love to be able to do that. Be like, right, today I'm gonna do Rap God by Eminem, and do it, and then it'd be like,
nah, I wouldn't do that. I get to it, but I'm
something superhuman, innovative.
Innovative.
All I ever hear is superhuman and innovative. So I just go, tell them something I'm superhuman, innovative. It's just like, what? I start doing mumble music.
Yeah,
perhaps that's why. Perhaps I'm just trying to keep up with Eminem, but I just can't do it.
Yeah, he's the Sonic the Hedgehog of the rap world. Yeah. He's looking at Lil Pump like, you're too slow.
I died.
My chair is fucked, and I nearly just fell out of it for like the 5th time today.
But talking of that song, obviously he broke records with the fastest. I think it was 200 whatever words in however long. And he in this rap, I think it's Lucky You.
Yes.
And then he says like, I break records for fun. I'll break a record now. And then he just goes and he just like spits fire, as people would like to say.
Yeah.
But he just goes on one, and then he's just like, that'll do. And it's just like wow.
Yeah, because when he ends it with that will do, you think, fuck, he can do more.
Yeah. He could go on for hours.
Yeah.
It's like I watched a documentary, well, not a documentary, I think it was like an interview, and he was just like, I love it when people say you can't rap, you can't rhyme purple and orange with words. He's like, you can't, but he was like, but you can. He was like, right, and then he goes off and he does like a line, and he's like, give me a beat, and the mate's like, obviously typical TV's like, and then like Eminem raps to it, and he like uses orange, like photosynthesis, like all these random words, and makes a rap from it, and it's just like, right, okay, you can make them rhyme in some way. Obviously, we take rhyming and rapping as it should be like, I can sing, I like bling. Do you know what I mean? It's like has to rap. It's like my search engine.
The microwave goes ding.
Yeah. I can sing. The microwave goes ding. I like bling. My search engine is Bing. It's just like it's all of like different ones, but obviously actual rappers they can just flow, and it's more about the flow and the tempo and stuff. But
yes,
I recommend anyone watching that little interview of him rhyming purple and orange and stuff together. It's just mad. But he's an artist of his own, and he got shit for his last album. Personally, I didn't really like it myself.
I can't say I listened to it.
Obviously, he went for Donald Trump quite a lot. He obviously doesn't like Donald Trump. Fair play.
Not a lot of people do.
There we go, jinx. But yeah, his album did, I would say, flop because of how hip hop and that is perceived now on rap and yeah. But yeah, this album I've listened to a few. I think it's all right. I prefer his old stuff, but then at the end of the day, he is now 45. Like, you're not going to think of 45-year-olds singing like, "Hey kid, do you want to see 9 inches or whatever it is, 9 inch nails in each one of my eyelids?"
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. But yeah. So I think that's that for music, isn't it?
It is.
And then
so now we have other trending topics. So I'm going to start this off.
Kwade and Ricky R 996.
Yes, I'm going to start this off with a light bite, a little light rant.
Oh.
I have to complain about Lucozade.
or as they're currently called at the moment, Lara's Aid.
Yes. So there's a cross promotion with Lucozade where they're promoting Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and they've got like a competition. You can win like an Xbox, a free copy of the game when it comes out. And I've got a few bottles because I enjoy Lucozade.
So I'm a very big Lucozade fan.
Yeah, and I thought, well,
I've even got one on my mantelpiece just to keep it as a souvenir.
But think about it this way, right? There's a code underneath that label. What if it's a winner?
Yeah, true.
See,
but
I put it in your head now, haven't I?
But I can't even see it.
See, we're going to be getting to that. So, yeah. I've lost track of myself. Fuck you. You did this to me. You did this to me. No, so yeah, I've got had a few bottles lying around and they had the Lara Croft thing on it. So I was like, oh, well, I might as well give it a try. You know, might get a free copy of the game. That'd be awesome.
Or even an Xbox X.
Yeah, I don't really mind the Xbox X so much. I just want Shadow of the Tomb Raider because the new Tomb Raider games have been awesome.
Oh, that's good.
I wouldn't complain about the Xbox One X. I'd take it. I'm not going to say no. I want Tomb Raider. So first of all, the code to enter is behind the Lucozade label. Now, I don't know about you, but the Lucozade label is not an easy one to peel off, as they say.
No, definitely not.
It's like on there with fucking super glue. It's like vacuum packed on there. The only way I had to get it off was to go find a knife and like cut it open. I was like, alright, fine. Not a big deal. Then I find the code, eventually, because they haven't made it clear. Like every time there's been like a code on a bottle or something, it's kind of been like in red text and it's been printed on there clearly, right? This one has it's like sort of been engraved, sort of, but it's grey. So you can't really see it on the bottle, but the production of it has been fucked up where some of the letters have been straight up cut out or parts of them have been cut off, so you have to guess what they are. That doesn't fucking help things. And then sometimes you'll get a bottle like the one I showed you earlier where you can't read any of the fucking letters. It's just a bunch of like plastic scrapings on the side.
Yeah, it was bad.
So you can't even enter the code. So there's that frustration. Luckily, you will occasionally get one where you might have to just guess what one letter is or one number is or something, and you can usually get it. But then there's the fact that you can only enter the competition one bottle per day. So for those people who have gone out and been like, well, I'm going to buy like 30 bottles of Lucozade because where I got them from, they were £1 each. Poundland sponsor. Hashtag not sponsor.
Hashtag not an egg.
Yeah.
Hashtag not a sellout.
Yes. Hashtag employee.
Yeah. With 2 E's.
Yes.
3 E's even.
But no. Say someone goes out and they're going to go to Poundland, buy 30 bottles of Lucozade, because even if they buy 30 bottles and, you know, they could win with that, that's half the price of the game. But they can't, because they can only enter one bottle at a time and the competition's probably going to run out by like day 17.
Yeah.
So it kind of doesn't help them very much because like people might want to go out and buy multiple bottles to try and save money on buying the game. But then they're going to find out, oh, I can't. So I might as well just buy one bottle. So it's hurting their sales.
Yep.
The competition doesn't work very well because you can't read the fucking code. There's a chance someone could go out and buy a bottle, bring it home, cut it open. I can't fucking read that. I'm going to have to go buy another fucking bottle. So there's one thing where they might get money. Maybe that's why they fucked up the code, so people go out and buy more.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't work very well. I'm down for a competition. I don't mind brand integration in a fucking bottle of Lucozade. Fuck it. But if you're going to do a competition, make sure that it's going to work properly. Make sure that your machines are going to print the fucking codes properly. Make sure like the fucking terms of it are reasonable, where like people can actually. It annoyed me. I was quite upset.
Yes.
I started throwing Lucozade bottles around this room. So
he did.
Yes.
I'm just not going to lie.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's like it's nice to see because I think Lara Croft Tomb Raider. I think it's been on Lucozade bottles before. Obviously this is it's probably the second or third time that they've done competitions. But
yeah,
I purposely never entered competitions because I just although there could be something sat at home that I've got on the shelf that could be like, oh, that could have won me an Xbox.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it'd be good to have it.
Yeah.
But, like, I just don't know. I just don't do competitions. But the fact that when Kade showed me, it just automatically made me think if I wanted to even enter, I wouldn't bother.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It kind of deters you from doing it.
Because if I bought one bottle and it was like that, I'm like, well, why am I going to go out and buy another 50 bottles?
Yeah.
If
I can't even, like, what to say the codes, I'm going to be like this. Like, what I will do is I will actually take a picture of the code and I will post it on my Twitter account at Kwade-Kade.
Yes. Good plug.
Links in the description.
I will favourite it. No, well, like it or heart it, whatever you do on Twitter, on Ricky R996.
And you could retweet it on the
you
could retweet it on the official Born2PlayGames Twitter account as well at Born2PlayGames.
Or when we put this podcast up, you could comment on it with the picture.
You can comment pictures on YouTube.
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Not YouTube. No. Well, I mean on Twitter. So I'll put obviously Born2PlayGames podcast number 4. We talk about.
There'll be a link somewhere on this page that you're watching. There'll be a link somewhere to my Twitter, the Born2PlayGames Twitter, whatever. There'll be a link to all the social medias.
Yes.
Everyone gets a link.
If you want a link, send us a link.
Yes. There will be a picture I will take of the bottle. I'm not worried about someone taking the code. If you can decipher what the fucking code is, you've earned it.
You can have that.
Right? Code. I've got another bottle I can enter my daily code in from. But yeah. There's my little mini rant about that. I feel like I had to clear my chest on that one.
It's fair enough though. I was pissed when you showed me, and it wasn't even mine.
Yeah, but there's a couple of other trending things. The main one we're going to leave till last. The fight.
Oh yeah.
The other one is just another little one, a little bit of awesomeness for my fellow Game Grumps fans out there. So anyone Dream Daddy. Yeah. So
whatever the fuck, however they sing it.
I don't know. Game Grumps have got their like little game development studio where they made a dating sim called Dream Daddy, the dad dating simulator. And now they have made an official comic book. I bought and read the first issue on the Amazon Kindle application, and it was quite enjoyable. Like if you're a fan of Game Grumps and Dream Daddy, you're gonna like it. So, just throwing that out there. The first issue is available now. Next issue will be available on the 26th of September this year.
Ooh, yeah. So, and if you get it on, I can't remember, on Oni-Print or something.
Oni-Print.
Oni-Print.
It might be Oni because it might be linked to OniNG, who's one of Aaron's friends.
Yeah. Maybe. So if you were to buy it on Oni-Print, I think it's $10. You get a actual official paperback version of it. Mm-hmm. If you live in the United Kingdom, where we currently live, it works out $16, which converts to £12.29.
Yes.
Because obviously that's delivery charges included. Yeah. Which I personally would say is a little bit expensive for a comic, when you can go out and buy Deadpool comics, Hulk comics, Superman comics, Batman comics.
Hey, who knows? Maybe there'll be an issue in Comic Coffee soon.
Yes, this is true. We've got comic book stores and stuff.
I was going to say, anyone who doesn't know what Comic Coffee is, I'm going to give them a free promotion because I love them that much. If you live on the Isle of Wight, there is a coffee shop in Newport called Comic Coffee, and it's a comic book shop that has coffee and milkshakes and smoothies and waffles with bacon and maple syrup on.
Hey, that's all you need in life. I've not been there yet. I will be there.
I will take you. Yeah, when are you next available?
There will also be another photo on Twitter of us eating there.
When are you next? No, seriously, when are you next available?
I'm available tomorrow.
Fuck it. I'm not working till 4 tomorrow. Do you want to go get like lunch and Comic Coffee?
Yeah, well, I'm eating thingy, so after when you go to work.
I was going to say yeah. So we can go. You want to go to Comic Coffee for lunch?
Comic Coffee? Yeah, go to Comic Coffee. It's on. It's on like Donkey Motherfucking Kong.
Yes, but anyway, come on, let's get to this fucking shit show.
Just organised our date.
Shut up, Pa.
Oh yeah, well, it's not meant to be official, is it?
Oh, fuck. Like, now people are going to know that we've split up with our girlfriends so we can be together. God damn it.
But yeah, no, the shit show.
Yes, the shit show. We've talked about it a few times in the build-up, but it's finally happened. Logan Paul versus KSI. The fight of the century. Forget Mayweather versus McGregor. This is what the people want. Fuck me, this was horrible.
Personally, I think both of us actually. I didn't buy the pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I would have if I wasn't working. I would have loved to have watched it with friends near me or whatever, just for a bit of banter.
Because we did say we were going to do it, didn't we?
Yeah, a few alcohol, beverages.
But I think it's safe to say we dodged a fucking bullet.
Yes.
For multiple reasons.
If you don't know, then spoiler. If you don't know why, but to be fair, obviously KSI Logan Paul, the major fight, ended in a draw. Everyone wanted a refund that bought it, and fair play to them if they did. Personally, I wouldn't have wanted a refund because you still did get to watch another 5, maybe 6 fights prior to that. And it was a 6-hour stream, and to be fair, it works out to the equivalent of like £1.20 an hour. Like, everyone, obviously I know it was kids watching it as well, but everybody that works gets at least 5 times more than that an hour. So they can't grumble with the price. But yeah, ending in a draw, people said, it's rigged. So that,
I would like to point out I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
As a wrestling fan, I know it'll work when I see one.
Yeah. Obviously now the fact there's going to be a rematch in the United States somewhere in February or March, I believe.
I don't know.
People were saying. We'll obviously give Logan more time to have training. And to be fair, I haven't watched the fight. What I've heard people like responses, obviously like KSI's friends' responses, obviously Jake Paul's responses, Drew Geordie's response. Everyone said that round 1 and 3 Logan smashed. 2, 4, and 5 KSI smashed it. Round 6 apparently JJ did an illegal move which lost him a point, which then edged it to Logan's way, which meant it was 2-1 on the judges. I think it was 2 for KSI and then 1 for Logan, but the point system matched because of the qualification of a point, which made it a draw. I don't understand how 2 people can say he won it and 1 person can say he won it, and that means a draw. But that's that. But yeah, so there'll be a fight in America. True Geordie will be the commentator, hopefully, over there. And that's that. Obviously, the Jake and Deji fight, the brothers, the younger brothers. Jake won it because Deji's trainers threw in the towel.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
They threw in the towel.
I didn't know that.
Deji came out in a public video, public video on his YouTube channel saying that he disagreed with them throwing in the towel, but for his own safety, because he was going to lose. He said that he appreciates his team, he will train harder and wants to have a rematch with Jake. I was led to believe that Jake called out some...
He called out a big football player. Not like a big as in like big time well known. He might be big time well known. I say he's a big player because he's fucking big. Yeah. he's huge. If Jake Paul wants to box this kid, I'll pay and watch just because I'd like to see like Jake come up to this guy and be like throw maybe a few punches at the chest. And like, yeah, Walmart, yeah. And then like this football player just like downward club smashing him on the top of the head and just knocking him through the floor of the ring.
Would be mad. But the other fights prior to that, Scarce and Raka Raka. Raka Waka won. Raka Waka Waka Raka Raka Waka
Waka Waka.
Sound like fucking Pac-Man.
Yeah, boy.
But Raka Raka won. FaZe Sensual, whatever his name is, and the guy he played, FaZe won. Apparently he kicked the shit out of him.
Was he the one who does MMA?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me then.
I don't know. I can't remember who won the other fights. But yeah, so apparently it was a good night. And then, funnily enough, as before we started recording this, I looked on my subscriptions, and the Logan versus KSI channel that you subscribe to for the pay-per-view, for the press conferences, for the face-to-face, uploaded every single individual fight that is free to watch.
So anyone who paid to watch that shit, congratulations. You played yourself.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, you didn't play yourself. They played you.
Yes.
Played you like a fucking fiddle.
Not only did they get the bullshit draw, they also robbed you, basically.
Yep. They're going to be earning a bunch of monetization from...
every single fight.
Mm-hmm.
When I last looked, it was something like 5.5 to 6 million views on the actual pay-per-view. So if you think £7.50 times 6 million, that's a lot of money. Granted, like I say, for one individual person, £7.50 isn't a lot. For America, I think it was $10, $20 or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's a lot of money. And they even had their own official website for people that didn't have YouTube accounts to watch it. So, massive amounts of money. It hasn't actually been stated how much money people earn. KSI got all the money for the tickets in Manchester because obviously it was his event. Logan got no proceeds from ticket sales. Which automatically, when I found that out, would say it was rigged, because now Logan's having a fight in the USA where he's going to get all proceeds of the fight. So,
yes, well, I'm going to go mad with my conspiracy theories right now. They don't hate each other.
No.
There's no beef, every confrontation, every press event has all been staged, planned, and faked. Right? Like, I'm going to make a lot of comparisons to wrestling, and that's going to piss people off because boxing and wrestling are different. But usually there isn't like a storyline or a work in boxing. But this is just like looking at it, it is hard to say that this hasn't been worked. This hasn't been planned. Like, it was just like, because after the match, wasn't it? Like, they found out it was a draw, and KSI was apparently like, "Oh well, guess we'll do it again then." And like, it's blatantly obvious that you guys planned this. Like, I'm not buying for a second that you were you went to a draw and said, "Well, we'll do it again." Like, considering everything that's happened, considering the amount of money you have made from this, and you knew you were gonna make this much money, if not more, right? There's no way you did not plan to do another one of this. Especially if KSI is getting all the ticket money, they're going to do one where Logan gets money as well.
Yeah.
Like, if they hated each other like they claim they do, KSI wouldn't consider Logan not getting ticket money.
No.
He would be like, no. Like, it's... Like, I think... But the part that confuses me is if this has been planned to the point where they can schedule another fight, I'd be more interested in watching the fight if one of them won.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
if Logan was to beat JJ and then JJ wanted to re-get his title in America,
yeah,
it would be more of a fight to watch because it actually is like grudge match.
Exactly. That's what I mean. But like the Deji fight, the Deji and Jake Paul fight, as you were just saying, like, there is interest there for me because he's like, they threw in the towel. I didn't want them to throw in the towel, but they were doing it for my safety, and I appreciate it. But it just makes me want to train harder and beat him properly in a rematch. I'm like, I'm interested in that. He lost, but he's gonna train hard and he's gonna come back at him. He's got a redemption to go for.
Yeah. Jumping into Jake's response video to the fight, he said to Deji, like, fair play, mate. Like, I didn't think, I have full respect to you. Didn't realise you'd even go through with it. You give me a good fight. It was a shame on the circumstances, obviously, throwing in a towel. And he basically said he was willing for a fight. And he even said in the video, if Deji had the training KSI had and the team KSI had behind him, he said that it could have been a scarier fight.
Yeah.
Jake went into that fight going first round knockout, saying it obviously for publicity and stuff, but he went in there believing that. And he said that it would come to the second, third round, and he thought that he was like, shit, if I didn't have the stamina here, Deji would have done me.
See, that's what I mean. Like, now their next fight is very interesting because, like, they've kind of both hit this realization point, like, right, okay. Because, like, Jake was cocky going into it. He was like this loudmouth, like, oh, I'm going to knock you out first round. Deji kind of was like, in a way, the underdog when you look at it. Like, nobody expected him to go as well as he did. Nobody expected him to win. People wanted him to win, like the underdog does, but nobody expected him to win. So now going into the fight, Jake's realised that he can be a threat, and if he is really going to be more of, like, training more, then, like, they're both going to be more serious going into it, and it's going to be more interesting to watch. Whereas Logan Paul and KSI, they're like, oh, well, we trained and talked shit, and we drew. Guess we'll do it again. Like, I think the way I described it to you is a way my fellow wrestling fans might get it is, this is the biggest work since Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler. And, like, for anyone who doesn't get that, essentially there was this whole thing back ages ago where people believed there was genuine heat between comedian Andy Kaufman and professional wrestler Jerry Lawler. Because Andy Kaufman appeared on a wrestling gig, Jerry pile-drived him, which was planned, supposedly, but he broke his neck, quotations, fingers, but it was all a complete work. His neck was fine, and they were going on talk shows, they were arguing with each other. They went on, what's his name? David Letterman. And Jerry Lawler slapped him right across the face and knocked him out of his chair. And then when they came back from commercial, Andy Kaufman was swearing and screaming on the set. And everyone was like, oh shit, like, this is actually happening. They hate each other. It was all planned.
Yeah, it's all fake.
It was all planned. All
Didn't they do one where Wayne Rooney punched someone or slapped someone?
Yeah, he punched Wade Barrett.
Yeah. Because everyone was saying, "Oh, look at that, that's beef or something."
Yeah, that was work.
Yeah, you could tell it was work, but the fact it was creasing up.
Sometimes it's blatantly obvious that it was work. That was blatantly obvious because they like preemptively like, "Oh, look who's in the crowd! It's Wayne Rooney," and they showed that like I don't know, maybe Wade Barrett was a fan of a different football club or something. Yeah. Like, oh, well, you're shit. Back off, Wade. And it's just like it's SummerSlam. They had a match with Stephen Amell, who was the actor for Arrow. Like the Green Arrow TV show, and he had problems with Cody Rhodes or Stardust, Cody Rhodes, and he was like, "No, I'm going to fight you, Cody Rhodes, but I'm going to team up with Neville because his superhero, like his gimmick is he's like a superhero who flies because he's really acrobatic." So it was like Cody Rhodes or Stardust because that was the gimmick he was running with, which was incredibly stupid, and it's actually what made him leave the company. It was him and someone else versus. No, it was actually him and Wade Barrett. It was him and Wade Barrett versus Adrian Neville and Stephen Amell from Arrow. But it was clear that their thing was planned because he jumped over the barricade and everything. Nobody stopped him. The best one is when security doesn't know it's planned and they stop the person jumping the barricade. Yeah, because that happened at WrestleMania.
Did it?
Yeah, there was this Mojo Rawley was supposed to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And one of his friends is like a big-time American football player, and he was at ringside, and they planned for him to jump the barricade, come in, tackle a guy, and then Mojo eliminates him and wins. Somebody didn't tell one of the security guards, because he jumped over the barricade, and she jumps over, like, no, you're like trying to hold him back. He's like, I'm in the fucking bit. It was so funny.
Oh no.
Oh, she was fine.
Fair play for her trying to do her job.
No, like. Yeah, it was just so fucking funny to watch. But yeah, no, I don't buy into this KSI Logan Paul thing. If it is a work, they've worked it horribly. I don't have any interest in watching their rematch because, like, if it is a work, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a work, and if it is a work, it's a very poor. Like, our storyline is we want to make money.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, most of our ambitions in life is money, but
like
do it different ways.
I'm sure like Deji and Jake Paul, their ambition in this thing is to make money, but they've kind of made it look more than that. Yeah, which is what like if you're going to tell me every professional wrestler is not doing professional wrestling to earn money.
Yeah. Well,
granted, a lot of them love that, and they will come on the mic and say, "Oh, I love this," and some of them do. Like when Daniel Bryan comes on the mic and says, "I love this, I live for this," I believe it.
Yeah.
But when you got John Cena like, "Oh, I live this," and I'm like, "Yeah, you also live in a big fucking mansion." You know, like you wear a suit to fucking dinner just because you can.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't tell me that you are not enjoying the financial benefits of doing this job. Like, but yeah, I didn't like the KSI Logan Paul thing mainly because of the result. I think it's disappointing for people who were looking forward to it, disappointing for people who paid to watch it, and it's especially disappointing now seeing as those people who did pay to watch it, well, turns out they didn't have to because you can watch it for free. So.
Yeah, and that was as of like 3-4 hours ago.
Yeah, so I think it's the perfect shitstorm of an event.
Yes. I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to watch it when I get home to actually see if it, because obviously you can rig it, but actually rigging punches and because obviously it's actually a physical sport.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like you can plan out events in the match.
Yeah.
Also, just another thing, if this was planned, KSI has fucked up big time. Yeah. Because the amount of times he has said, "I want to be a boxer. This is what I want to do now." You're not going to get much credit in the professional boxing career if you're planning your matches.
Yeah.
Because that's like throwing matches, isn't it? And I'm pretty sure that's actually illegal.
That's illegal in boxing, yeah.
Yeah, because it could be linked to betting, isn't it? Because like obviously there are some people like say if Brock Lesnar was to have a UFC match with like fucking Pee Wee Herman or something, like people are going to bet on Brock Lesnar, aren't they? They're going to be like, oh yeah, he's going to like he'll just look at Pee Wee Herman and flop, right? But if Brock was to go to the bookies and like 100 million, all my money on Pee Wee Herman, just goes in there, walks up to Pee Wee and like. Pee Wee like takes a swing. He like misses, but he like catches him with like the knuckle of his index finger on his jaw. And Brock just fucking straight down, just KO.
Like 100 to 1. Everyone's
Brock's got the payoff from the fight and fuckloads from the bookies. So it's that's why that kind of shit's illegal. So, I don't know. I have a lot of suspicions about this KSI Logan Paul fight, and it's probably because I don't really like them much, so I immediately don't trust them. But, yeah. I believe that's it for trending topics. Do you have anything else?
I do not know. There's no more trending topics I can think of.
Cool. Well then.
We've done it. We're doing podcasts, guys.
We're doing them.
Before the end, I shall state, I probably should state at the beginning really, with video uploads, obviously because we haven't uploaded for a while.
Can I stop you? Have you forgot about the final segment of the show?
Where's the final segment?
The top 10s, you knob!
Oh my god, yeah! Right, before we go into top 10s, I'll mention
the paper is next to you!
Oh my goodness, yeah. Right, but no, before we go into top 10s, I should state, obviously, videos haven't been uploaded recently.
Yes.
I was going to do 2 a week this week, due to being off of work. I'm back on nights as of next week. And then I've got 2 weeks off. So I will do, hopefully, we will do, in that 2 weeks off, 14 videos, so a video a day for 2 weeks.
Ooh.
To smash them out.
We don't have 14 videos, my dude.
Right. or like 2 videos for, like, we'll work something
We'll work
out.
something. There's going to be videos.
Yeah.
Also, seeing as we're promoting videos and what have you, and I promoted myself earlier, there might be a video on the Kwade-Kade soon. Yeah, I didn't tell you about that, did I?
No, you did not.
No, there might be a video on the Kwade-Kade soon, and there is only a 99.9% chance that it's going to be another update video.
on my channel, there'd be nothing. Yeah. Although I've got 2 videos to upload, so I might potentially upload them at some point.
If anyone wonders why there's only update videos on my channel, it's because I make an update, don't do anything for 6 months, and it feels like the only thing that's appropriate to do is an update on what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's happening. Let's go for the top 10s. So, Ricky, what top 10s are we doing this?
We are doing our version of the best PlayStation 1 game.
Yes, our opinions.
Yes.
Not yours, our opinions on what our favourite PlayStation 1 games are.
Yes.
Our.
So in at number 10 is Tomb Raider.
Always going for hang on, where's my list? Tell me about Tomb Raider, Ricky. I've never heard of it.
Well, you were angry earlier about Tomb Raider.
I was fucking kidding.
Lara's age. But no, yeah, Tomb Raider, everyone pretty much knows Tomb Raider.
Yes.
It's essentially, even in the title, you're a female that raids tombs to find treasures.
Well, I don't know. I don't feel Tomb Raider accurately displays the fact that you're female.
Oh, no, true. But
Or
Lara Croft does.
Or that you have pyramid tits.
Yes, back in them days. And the squarest of arse.
Don't lie, you'd still hit it.
But at least you could lock your butler in a freezer.
That was Tomb Raider 2.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I mean.
Well, which one is number 10, Ricky?
Tomb Raider 1 or Tomb Raider 2? Tomb Raider, because it was...
The one you talk about locking the butler in the fridge.
But you can do that in another Tomb Raider. I'm just saying.
But you're not talking about another
Fuck
Tomb Raider.
You!
No, a fine choice, sir. A fine choice. My number 10 is Mickey's Wild Adventure. Anyone who doesn't know this game, you need to educate yourself some, because this game is just all different variations of awesome. Essentially, you're playing as Mickey Mouse, but you're traveling through all of his classic cartoons. So level 1, you're playing in Steamboat Willie, and there's another one where you're playing the Mad Doctor, and another one with Jack and the Beanstalk, and it's a platformer. It's fucking awesome. I would highly recommend it. Very enjoyable.
I want to pick that up, to be fair. I've never played it. So.
I think I've got it on the shelf. You can borrow it if you want.
Well, I've done the PS1 setup.
Well, yeah,
I don't even have SCART in the telly anymore.
Oh, dude. You set up the PlayStation 2 then?
Yeah, but that's SCART as well, isn't it?
You can get a HDMI connector, it'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it one day.
Yes. Yeah. So what's your number 9?
Number 9 is the Bird's Eye View game of the century. Grand Theft Auto.
The original.
I'm going to say London.
I was going to say, you're going to go with the original or London?
London. Yeah. London was the one that I played the most, and it was phenomenal. I even like the case, the art, and the chunky book. And...
but I believe, I have it up on the shelf there.
Because the actual disc version...
You want me to...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's not a limited edition, but I'm pretty sure there was something about it. Because it was meant to be just not an add-on, but... I can't remember. I think it was something to do with the disc because it was different.
Here we go. We have taken down the copy of GTA London from the shelf.
There we go. So stamped on the box is a London special. Well, GTA Grand Theft Auto, and then a stamp saying London Special Edition, first time ever as a standalone game. So there, that's what it was. But I think that actually having the standalone game, I think it's worth a little bit more than just having the.
You know, it is really good. I was surprised when I played the original GTAs because like I had played like the 3D ones first, and then I think my dad got the PC games of like GTA 1 and 2. I think it was comboed with something else.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want to play them, and I played them, and it was like top down. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. It's such a weird way, but
I enjoyed them. Like, it was very enjoyable, and GTA London is a fine choice, sir. Very fine indeed. So, do you have anything else to say about GTA, or should I move on to my number 9?
It's just people know GTA, don't they? If you don't know GTA, then again, what?
If you're like some fucking millennial and all you know is GTA 5, I'd recommend you go back and play some older GTA games, including 1 and 2. So get on it, cunt.
even if you don't fancy Bird's Eye View, just play San Andreas at least.
Yes. Yes. Number 9 is a game called Loaded. I believe I told you about this game a while ago.
You saw it in CX, didn't you?
Yes, I saw it in CX because I saw that. I was like, that game. I remember that because when I was younger, I lived with me and my dad lived in my uncle's house, and my neighbour, he had a PlayStation, and I'd go over there and play with him a lot, and he had this marvellous game. I for years couldn't remember what the fuck it was called, but it was just like a top-down. You go through like this fucking lab and you shoot things, and everyone's got like this really unique characters. Like one's got like a big metal like bear trap jaw, another's like a Joker kind of jester clown kind of thing. He doesn't look like the Joker, but it's a clown.
Yeah,
like a killer clown kind of thing. There's like a giant baby, and it's just like these really unique, wacky characters with these awesome abilities. And you just go through like killing things, kind of similar to Smash TV in a way, but like 3D and less going on.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. It was a really awesome game. And yeah, we saw it in CX a while ago. And it's an awesome game. I still remember one time I borrowed it from him, but because like when we were both kids, like we had all like these stupid rules, and he was like, "Oh well, you can't play as my character when you borrow it." And I didn't. I was like, "No, that's his character. I can't play his character." So because he always picked the same one, so like yeah, it sucked because he always picked the clown guy, and I wanted to be the clown guy. But yeah, number 9, Loaded. I highly recommend it to anyone who hasn't heard of it.
Yes. Number 8 for me is Siphon Filter 2.
One of the original shooters.
Yes. For that reason, basically, it's like the first ever shooter I really picked up.
When I say first ever shooter, that's like Wolfenstein. So this is like a 3D shooter.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was the first one that I really picked up. Played it all the time with my brother. I had about 6, I think I've got about 6 discs of it at home.
Jesus Christ.
Because they just scratched and broke. And
that's a lot of Siphon Filter.
Because, yeah. And yeah, because obviously, where I was so young, obviously, at the time I was playing this, shouldn't have played it really. But
I was playing
because like with the old PlayStation 1, to put the disc in, if you didn't pull it in to get the click, you'd always scratch the edge. Yeah. I think I used to just basically like pretend I was a DJ and just scratch the shit out of it. So we ended up getting so many versions of it. But yeah, I think I've got about 2 or 3 versions. Yeah, I said 6 earlier. I lied. About 2 or 3.
Yes. Yeah. And as for playing that shit at a young age, it's fine. I played Unreal Tournament when I was 5, so. Oh, and just in case anybody wants to be like, oh, well, when you were talking about fucking Cyberpunk, you said, oh, parents should let their kids play it. I said, no, I shall say. If parents want to let their kids play it, they can fucking play it. It's just if they're going to complain about their kids playing it, they shouldn't fucking let their kids play it. Yes, number 8. Bomberman.
Bomberman.
It's just Bomberman for us, but I believe in other places it's called Bomberman Live or Bomberman Party Edition. Things like that. It's fucking awesome. I've spent so much time playing Bomberman. It's one of those games where you can just plug in a PlayStation, play it, and just be immediately back like, this is awesome. Like my dad played it a lot when I was younger as well. Like he would always like just like if he got nothing going on in a day, he would just be like, I'm going to set up Bomberman, just play through it, just play all the way through. I enjoy like the multiplayer. It's like essentially it's a remake of the original Bomberman, but more because they've got like a new modern graphic style that's more 3D and rendered and what have you. But it also gives you the option to like when you first start, it'd be like new game. Modern retro, and if you pick retro, it's the old graphic style, like the 8-bit, whatever. So that's a nice feature.
That's a really nice feature. Yeah.
But there's a bunch more abilities added since then. They've got the multiplayer mode, which if anyone has ever played multiplayer Bomberman, you know that shit is fucking fantastic.
Good.
So yeah, and also the music is kind of catchy as well. So. Bomberman Live, Bomberman Party Edition, whatever you want to call it. That's my number 8 because it's just fucking awesome.
It's gotta be done, isn't it?
Bye, Hannah-san.
Number 7 for me was Oddworld Abe's Odyssey.
When did you turn into Jimmy from South Park?
I don't know, just then.
Oddworld Abe's Odyssey.
Yes.
Lovely game.
It's just phenomenal.
It is. Care to go in a bit more detail or just phenomenal?
Just phenomenal.
Alright.
Yeah, can't really think of much to say. Don't know.
Mate, you don't watch Caddy enough. So my number 7, seeing as you clearly have nothing else to say, is Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. Best movie license tie-in game of all time. At me, I will prove you wrong. At Kwade-Kade.
It's phenomenal.
It is a fucking awesome game. You play as Buzz and you adventure through Andy's house, Andy's neighborhood, construction sites, airports, toy stores. It's just great fucking platforming.
Yeah.
Fan-fucking-tastic game. The music. Oh my shit, the music. It is bliss. It's an awesome game. If you haven't played it, I'd recommend you pick it up. Also, why haven't you played it? Yeah. That's all I've got to say about it for now.
Yes, it's fucking beautiful.
Yes.
Coming in at number 6 for me is Driver 2.
Magnifique.
Essentially the not so well. Obviously, it was very popular in the back in the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, it changed its complete cycle now.
Mm-hmm.
But Driver 2 was just phenomenal. Obviously, same as most gun shoot drive sort of game.
But it wasn't a gun shoot game. It was just a drive game.
That's exactly it. And the amount of times I would go to the I don't know what you call it. It's not a drawbridge, is it? You know, the ones that lift up.
Yeah.
Is it a drawbridge?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, well, whatever. So basically, in the bridge, and it would lift up, and just having cops chase the shit after you, and you just hit it, and all you have to do is just do like the rear view look, just watch all these cop cars bouncing off walls, and off buildings, and it was phenomenal.
The other one in Drive 2
hours doing that
was the secret car hidden in the stadium.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, literally, I was just about to mention that. And, So
that was such a good game. I really like Driver 2.
Yeah.
Driver 3, not so much.
No, and Driver Parallel Lines.
Driver San Francisco, though, I've heard it's a lot better.
Yes, I'm currently not to play it.
Yes.
We
do have plans to have it.
Yes, we do have plans to have it.
Quickly jump.
What's that?
Spoiler alert, we're planning to faff it.
Oh yeah, I'm talking of faff it. We stated in the Afro Samurai video, said it right at that time.
Yes. Yes, you did.
That we were going to play Alan Wake.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
That is a lie. We are not playing that now. We have done it so that we're going to put in a randomizer.
Yes.
Of all the games that we currently have on the shelf. Obviously, add additional ones because obviously I've got other games and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to randomise it. So the next game will be done by a randomiser. What we'll probably do is screenshot the randomiser or something, or whatever, and then obviously have it in the thumbnail or something, so that you know that we're not bullshitting.
Yep.
So don't expect Alan Wake, but Driver San
Francisco
could potentially be in a faff at some point.
Well, it's on the list, so it will be.
It will be here eventually
at some point. But yeah, no. Driver 1 as well was also a really awesome game. It's not on my list, so I'm going to talk about it now, but Driver 1 is a really awesome game as well.
Yeah.
Really difficult opening level. Anyone who doesn't know what Driver is, it's essentially like it's you're driving, but you do like jobs for the mob and like crime gangs and shit. Just driving around, and you have to like evade cops and do like tricks and shit, and it's awesome. Really good game. But yes, my number 6 was it?
Yes.
Yes, my number 6 is Abe's Exodus. Not Odyssey, Abe's Exodus. And I will actually talk about the game. Just a phenomenal game.
It's just a phenomenal game.
It is a phenomenal game. It's a 2.5D cinematic platformer, I believe is what they're called. It was so ahead of its time. So ahead of its time. The cutscenes were fantastic. They looked great considering it was on a PlayStation. The cutscenes.
Oh god, yeah.
There was a really nice story behind it, like trying to save your race from being turned into food. I know in the second one, it's not exactly that. That's more the story of the one you were supposed to be talking about. No, in the second one, there's like his people have been like turned into slaves and blinded. And the only reason they've been blinded is because they're essentially digging up their ancestors and using their bones to make Soulstorm, which is this new drink that makes them more invigorated to dig up dead bodies. So this is like a continuous cycle. Like the plots behind the Oddworld games, they don't much watch when you look at them, but when you think about it, they are so fucked up. Yeah. They are so fucked up.
It is mad.
But yeah, so it's down to good old Abe to save his people once again. Good old innocent Abe. Oh, but I don't want to. I can't do it. I'm not strong enough.
But he does.
But yeah, it's just so ahead of his time. So ahead of his time. Also, like the puzzles, the amount of Mudokons, which is his race, you have to save is just like you're going to be playing this game for a long time if you're trying to complete it, and you're going to enjoy most of it.
Yeah,
you'll probably get like a bit with some of the puzzles, but once you figure it out, it will feel so good. Also, Oddworld New and Tasty, the remake of those games, I would highly recommend. So
yeah, New and Tasty is
it's
sexual.
So that's how you talk about fucking an Oddworld game.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's sort of why I was like, it's a fun game because I knew that obviously you'd pick up on it and then thing.
Oh, so you were relying on me, were you?
Yeah, that was exactly it.
As fucking always, I carry you.
For number 5, I've got Medieval. I didn't play it a lot, but I enjoyed it.
I never played it.
No, they did an announce. I'm pretty sure in December last year. Remaster of it on PS4.
Yes.
I've not heard any more since. I don't know if that means it's been released, to be fair. But yeah, I can't wait, to be fair. Obviously it's like a adventure game, 3D.
It's like an adventure action kind of game, isn't it?
Yours. It is indeed. I've got a little bit here actually.
Yes.
Developed in 1995.
Damn, that's the year before I was born.
Yeah, in Cambridge.
Cambridge? Oh.
Yeah, under the title of Dead Man Dan.
Yes, that's true. I believe I remember seeing that on Did You Know Gaming.
Yeah. But, well, that's basically just going into the generics of the game. I personally would say it's a bit like Tim Burton style, like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, kind of.
Like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Not quite as dark.
No, definitely not. Obviously, you basically slash around with your sword and
or your arm, or a hammer, or a mace, or just whatever.
Yeah, you just crack on.
I know you can throw your arm. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to that game. Like I said, I can't. The thing, obviously, being so like, I must have played this in about 2003, 4.
Yes.
Even though I don't even think it was released then. I must have been released by then. But
well, yeah, it was being developed in 1995.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, considering the PlayStation 2 came out in the year 2000.
Yeah. Exactly, but I definitely played it, and I enjoyed it. When I heard there was a remaster, I was excited. But yeah, but I can definitely say obviously it's an action game. Say obviously throw your shit around. As Kai said.
Wait, what? I didn't know you could do that.
No,
I know you could throw you around, but I didn't realise you could go full wild monkey and just...
full on feces.
Yeah, man.
But that's definitely the way I'll describe it. Tim Burton-y, sort of Nightmare Before Christmas sort of style.
It's got like a nice humour to it as well.
Yeah, comical, very comical.
So yeah, fine choice there. I've never played it, so...
No. I do recommend playing it.
Yes, obviously. It's on your list. Why wouldn't you recommend it?
Yeah, so exactly it.
So it's my favourite game, but I wouldn't recommend it. My number 5. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. The game that essentially invented a new genre of game. Metroidvania. Because like this was like kind of combined the Metroid exploration with like the Castlevania 2 leveling and gear kind of thing. And it's such a fucking fantastic combination. The game looks fantastic, quite challenging from time to time, and surprise, surprise, the game that features symphony in its name has got a banging soundtrack.
Yeah, to be fair, it's just
like
the
anyone who has played the game, as soon as I said Symphony of the Night, you've got that first level music in your head.
Yeah, there's the one. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Music divides. I think music definitely brought out the old games.
There's also like a 2-3 episode Let's Play of it on Kwade-Kade. I think. Did I upload that?
I think you did. Also, the Xbox 360 version of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Play through the Xbox One.
Yeah, because I think I downloaded it because it was quite cheap.
Yes, that's why I got it as well.
Yeah.
And it's also just a fan-fucking-tastic game. So, yeah, highly recommend a bit of Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night.
Also, you play as Alucard. What's Alucard backwards? It's Dracula. Did you not know that?
No, I couldn't figure it out.
That's known outside of Castlevania.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I was like, what?
Yeah, Alucard backward.
Yeah,
that's why that's why whenever you watch like a vampire movie featuring Dracula, that like his antithesis is always someone called Alucard because it's him backwards in reverse.
Fuck you know.
Yeah, see,
learn something new every day. Number 4 for myself is Spyro 3: Year of the Dragon.
Or
just the fucking purple dragon boy.
The purple dragon boy.
He's the boy.
The reignited trilogy boy.
Oh, that can't. It was delayed, which is depressing.
Yes.
Delayed in the week of birthdays, but for me.
Oh yeah.
But I don't give a shit. Someone's getting it for their birthday. But I'm definitely picking this up. I think it's £30 as well. Like 3 games, tenner each. Oh. They released footage. Oh, we should have said about it. I think they released footage of this the skateboarding level the other day.
Sunnyvilla.
Oh,
Sunnyvilla. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it.
Yeah. If you don't know Spyro is,
Get fucked.
Do you know? Stop listening. Cut off your eyes.
Stop listening. Go educate yourself, and come back. Yeah. I'm not going to say too much about this because it might be appearing later on.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to sort of like. But
so my number 4 is Crash Bandicoot. Cash Banuka. The Crash is back. Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back. Yes, I didn't go with Warped.
Yes.
For reasons I'll explain later. But yes, Crash Bandicoot 2 is the first Crash game I played. The polar bear level. Need I say more?
Yeah. It's beautiful. Obviously the remaster, even more beautiful.
Oh, Dingo Dial. I don't know why, but I always liked him because his name was kind of funny. And Ripperoo. Ripperoo was awesome.
Was Crash Bandicoot 2 the one that was featured in Uncharted 4?
Maybe. I know it's the one. I know. I'm pretty sure it's the first one where you have the run from the boulder mission. So I don't recall there being one like that in the third game. So possibly, yeah. But yes, also the boulder missions. So yeah, like it's really awesome game. If you haven't played it or any Crash game, it's similar to Spyro. What are you doing with your life? But I'm gonna leave that there for now.
Number 3 is exactly not exactly the same as yours, but number 3 for me is Crash Bandicoot 2.
Okay. So have you got anything else to add?
It's a phenomenal game. the Green Bandicoot and his pal Aku, whatever the fuck it is called.
Aku.
Aku.
Wooga
Yeah, just smashing crates, avoiding nitro, blowing up TNT. It's just such a satisfying game.
Oh yes,
Soundtrack pretty decent as well.
quite tight.
But thing, obviously jumping off a point. My number 5, 4, and 3. All well, one's already been remastered, one's about to happen, and one's in the works. So, obviously you don't know my other ones yet, but I have to admit, if one of them out of the two that I've got coming up gets remastered, then there will be a lot of tissue.
And it won't be enough. Alright, my number 3, Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid.
Snake.
So fucking good. The start of a franchise. Metal Gear did exist before this, but it wasn't like Metal Gear Solid. Like, just playing as Snake, being a sneaky little spy dude. Just some of the things you have to do in that game to progress are insane. It's like fighting Psycho Mantis. You have to unplug your controller and plug it into controller port 2 to be able to beat him. Or like just the way it fucks with you, like it'll because it's acting like Psycho Mantis is psychic, and he'll like control the thing, and he'll talk to you because he knows you're playing this.
Yeah. Mad, isn't it?
Like if you've like the thing that blew my mind is the fact that like if you've got save files of other games, like some of them he'll recognize. Like my favorite one is Castlevania, like Symphony of the Night. He'll like I'll read what you've been playing on your PlayStation, and then he'll go silent for a few minutes and be like, "So you like to play Castlevania?" I was like, "Oh shit!" But it's just so much detail. Like, and remember on old TVs, you had to switch between like channel 1, channel 2, and like video to be able to play thing. They did that where it cut, and it was just like blackened video in the top corner. But the way they did it to fuck with you is it didn't say video, it said Hideo, because it's Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
And it's like, And it's this other things where it's like, you need to codex call Marin, but you don't know her number. And then like after a while, the colonel will just come and like, look at the back of your game case to find her frequency. And you look on the back of the case and there's a call, like as one of the videos on the back, it's a call with Marin and it's got the frequency there. So you go onto the frequency and you're like, oh, hey, Marin. And it progresses from there. And it's like, fucking hell! The detail, the thought that has gone into Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's fucking fantastic. I love it. There's a good story, which obviously is now 5 games long in different orders. But yeah, it's the start of awesomeness. And also, Aaron Egoraptor made the Metal Gear Awesome series, which is just some of the best animations on YouTube. So yeah, that's my number 3, Metal Gear.
Number 2. It's not Pooh, because it's Rayman.
You got Rayman as your number 2?
Yeah, my number 2.
Can I just say something real quick? Snap.
Oh.
Snap, yeah.
Oh, very good stuff.
Yeah, Rayman is my number 2.
Just...
If you had asked me a year ago, it would have been my number 1. But I don't know. The opinions have changed.
Yeah. To be fair, I was surprised you said it was your number 2.
Yep.
But Rayman, obviously the limbless boy.
Limbless boy. One limbless boy. One French limbless boy.
It just changed the scene when he came out. Beautiful visuals.
Yep.
The
soundtrack. Oh my fuck.
Very stupid boss name.
What, Mr. Dark?
Mr. Dark.
I mean, say what you want about Mr. Dark. I like him. Like, he's got a mystery to him.
Yeah.
It's like, who is this guy? He's got no limbs like Rayman. Is he Rayman's dad? Brother? Friend? Former ally? Who knows? People are saying it was Glowbox, because Glowbox wasn't in the first game, but Glowbox has limbs!
Yes, Glowbox does have limbs.
And there was a thing in Rayman Origins where it was supposedly Mr. Dark, but it turned out to be the magician. And he was just like, oh, I'm just pretending to be Mr. Dark because I love Mr. Dark. He's cool. I want to be like Mr. Dark. And I'm like, cool, but I wish you were Mr. Dark because that would make things more interesting.
Yeah. You fucking freak.
And also, I kind of knew you weren't Mr. Dark because you have limbs! And also Dark Rayman as well. Wait, what if Dark Rayman is Mr. Dark, but he just took the cloak off to chase after him? Theories. That's just theory.
But the game is easy-ish until...
Yeah, it's fairly good until you get to fucking after Bandland.
Yeah.
I mean, even Bandland can be pretty oof. But then you get a Picture City and things just go from oof to
Yeah, Picture City can...
That's part of what has kind of made me go, maybe it's not my favourite PlayStation game. No. It's got a lot of... It holds a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Good old Rayman. I do like use a bit of Rayman. The first few levels, I could just go through the music from level to level. Like you start off on this. Oh, it's so fucking good. Then you get the Bandland and it's fucking number 2 favourite soundtrack of all time as well.
Yeah.
What's number 1?
Podcast something or other.
Yes, well, me and you've got to play a certain game before we talk about my favourite soundtrack of all time.
Yeah, that's true. Now I automatically know what it is.
Yeah.
But
well, they don't know. There's many games me and you haven't played that you haven't played.
Yeah, but I know which one.
They don't know. It's Undertale.
It's not that.
It's so obviously. Looking at the shelf for something I can.
Alan Wake.
It's definitely not Alan Wake.
But yeah, Rayman is obviously number 2 on both our lists.
Yes.
That's the first snap of this episode. But yeah, it's just a beautiful, phenomenal game. And then that leads to my number 1.
Hit me, Daddy.
I think it was your number 5.
Castlevania?
No, you're number 6, 7? I don't know.
Either way. Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the
That's
Rescue.
the one. Toy Story 2 Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue.
Interesting.
I'm a massive Toy Story fan, so it's just breaking tradition, isn't it, if it's not number 1. And it was the game that first brought me, my mum and dad together playing video games.
Aww.
So that was always a nice memory. And it's just, I love it. It's just so good. The music in Andy's house, all the way until you go to the airport.
You know a soundtrack's good when it can make you feel that adventuring through a house is an epic adventure.
Yeah.
Like,
sliding down the banisters, climbing into the attic.
Oh yeah. Fighting the robot.
Fighting the robot.
Racing what's the name? RC?
RC, yeah.
Racing RC around the car in the garage. Helping Bo Peep get a sheep. Helping Mr. Potato Head find his ear.
My fondest memory of that game is in Andy's house in the garage. I mean, you've got to jump on the cup to jump on the light fittings, jump on the roof. My mum and dad just didn't realise you could jump on the cup because they're like, well, you're just going to fall into it. So they were there for a good 10 minutes and I was just watching them and I was like, you just need to jump on the cup. Like in my head. Yeah. And I was like, let me have a go. And they're like, all right, like you're going to be able to do it in a sense. And then I did it and they're like, oh, this kid knows more than we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mrs. Bo Peep.
Yeah, Bo Peep.
Can
you help me find my sheep? I know that voice line off by heart.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful.
Buzz! Over here! Need some coins here, Buzz!
It's amazing. But yeah, no, I love that game.
The most terrifying part was walking past Rex. Because he gives you hints and stuff, so he's in every level, but if he's in the distance, you just hear Buzz! It's fucking terrifying. Listen to this! Finishing every level to infinity and beyond.
I think the only bit I ever struggled with that game, I've played it since and completed it in a few hours, but was Slinky in the airport when you had to run through that acid like maze.
Oh yeah, fuck that shit. The one I struggled with was, funny enough, another Slinky one, but it was in Alleys and Gullies. The alleyway one.
Yeah.
It was raining and shit, and you had to jump on the platform so perfectly to get the dog bones, but if you fell in the water, it was immediately fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That bit fucking sucked. I hated that.
I used to just hate climbing.
Did you ever find
alley?
Did you ever find the stage boss on Gullies and Alleys?
The dustbin. The dustbin?
No. In each level there's a stage boss. Yeah. So in the first, Andy's house there's the robot.
Yep.
And in the neighbourhood there's the kite at the top of the treehouse. Did you ever find the one in Alleys and Gullies?
What was it?
I can't remember. I can't remember specifically, but I know I got to it, but it was like you had to do it near the end of the game because you need the grappling hook to climb up all these like balconies and ladders on the side of buildings.
Yeah, that's the bit I hated because we just fell down.
Yeah, and you got to like grab, and when you get to the top, there's like the boss is right up the top.
Yeah, I think I did then.
Yeah.
I must have.
Like you can't do it till late in the game because that's when you get the grappling hook. But it is a bitch of a fucking climb. But yeah, no, like it is a fine choice for number one, sir. Very fine choice. But it's over here. So before I go for my number one, I'm going to list off a couple of honourable mentions.
Yes, well, your honourable mentions are normally mine. I never write them down.
Yes.
But...
So, Rayman 2, The Great Escape.
Yep, definitely.
Driver.
Yeah.
And Driver 2
that, yeah.
for me. Rugrats, The Search for Reptar.
Yes, when you said Rugrats earlier, I completely forgot, and it probably would have bumped a couple down, I reckon.
Yes, it's such an awesome. It's so much fun that game. Because I'm a fan of the Graps, SmackDown 2. Because back then the wrestling games were just ridiculous and it was amazing.
Yeah,
there's nothing quite like having Trish Stratus body slam the Big Show. So, Tekken 3, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, GTA London.
Yes.
And I've made a separate list here because I felt this was necessary just to quell a bit of rage with people. This is a list of games I've never played.
We repeat, never
played. I have interest in playing them.
Yes.
So I might very well like them. They might very well make a spot on the list. But I've never played Medieval, Tomba, or Tombi, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3. Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. I have played a little bit of the remake, but I haven't played Warped all that much. And Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, because I've heard that is a popular game. And also, I feel it necessary to point out that Final Fantasy VII is not on my list because it's shit! I don't care how many people I upset with that. Final Fantasy VII is shit. I don't care how many people come at me. No, because a bunch of people would be like, oh, Final Fantasy VII is my number one. It's such a good game. It's not. It's slow, boring, and a hunking pile of shit. At me. So, my number one is one we've already talked about. Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon.
Gorgeous boy.
Fucking awesome. Great, like the music. I've been like ever since the Reignited trilogy was announced. I've just had the fucking Spyro 3 soundtrack going constantly because like there's just so many good songs. Like you got the Hub World music, Sunny Villa, like the other characters' music, so like the Sergeant Bird theme, Sheila's theme.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sheila's theme.
It's just so fucking. It's so satisfying, like gliding across the world, all the bright colours, all the fucking characters you come across. Moneybags, the cunt.
Oh,
like finding the eggs. It's such an enjoyable game. It's such an endearing.
Just even collecting the gems.
Yeah,
just gives you a sense of like, ooh. But like you said, the colour scheme, especially at like the ages we were, it's just sex to our young eyes. To be fair.
Yeah, and again, like I believe it's Stuart Copeland, the drummer for The Police, was the composer for the soundtrack. Oh. And you can kind of notice it when you listen to it because there is like a lot of drums in the music when you think about it.
Yeah,
and it's just so fucking good. Such a good soundtrack, just so enjoyable to play. And just need to make a quick mention of those little hooded fucks who are running around with the eggs, going, yeah, you can die in a fire.
The fire that's on the telly.
Oh yeah, we've got every time we do this podcast, we get like a 10-hour fireplace video going on my TV, so we're nice and relaxed.
To be fair, it's maybe feel warm.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm quite warm. It also helps that this room gets quite warm.
Yeah.
Better now that we're not in the middle of a heat wave.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
I'm not actually beading with sweat today.
But yeah, that's my number one. Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon. Final Fantasy VII Can Suck a Dick. And thank you for watching or listening to the Born to Play Games podcast. Final Fantasy VII Can Suck a Dick.
But remember, we read it back.
What?
We go 10 to 1, don't we?
Oh, don't we? Yes.
We do, we read it back. So my my Born to Play Games top 10 for best PlayStation 1 games was number 10, Tomb Raider. Number 9, Grand Theft Auto London. Number 8, I can't even say it now. The Filter 2.
Siphon Filter.
That's the one. Siphon Filter 2. Number 7, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. Number 6, Driver 2. Number 5, Medieval. Number 4, Spyro 3 Year of the Dragon. Number 3, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Number 2, Rayman. Number 1, Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue.
And my top 10 is number 10, Mickey's Wild Adventure. Number 9, Loaded. Number 8, Bomberman. Number 7, Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. Number 6, Abe's Exodus. Number 5, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Number 4, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Number 3, Metal Gear Solid. Number 2, Rayman. Number 1, Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon.
Yeah, so that's
Final Fantasy sucks ass. Except for 6. 6 is good. I like 6.
6 is good.
6 is good. 6 is very good.
But yeah, so that concludes this podcast. We've gone over a lot. We hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the...
How long?
2.5 hours?
Just over 3.
Just over 3.
Just over 3 hours. That's not bad timing.
No, to be fair, like, there's a lot to talk about. It's like 2.5 week build up, isn't it, for this one?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we shall see you in the next one.
Yes.
Well, you'll listen to us in the next one, which will probably be another 2 weeks.
Possibly, yes.
Because obviously, working nights, I'm not here in the evenings.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully there's some decent gaming news. Hopefully there's no more sad news, in the sense of, like...
Shootings.
Yeah, shootings and stuff.
Way to bring that up again. Bummer. Again, yeah, horrible stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for listening. Thank
Yes.
you for enjoying, hopefully. I mean, you might not have enjoyed.
Yeah. Well, if you stayed this long, thank you very much. Remember to like, subscribe, follow Kai on Twitter at
Kwade-Kade.
Yeah,
follow Ricky on Twitter at
RickyR1996.
Follow Born2PlayGames at Twitter at Born2PlayGames 1.
Yes.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, someone took Born2PlayGames bare. Yes. But yeah, no, so as I say, follow us, like us. Don't actually follow us, like, physically. If you live on the Isle of Wight, go to Comic Coffee.
Yeah, Comic Coffee, good shit.
In Newport.
Do a fine brew. Hi, Matt.
That's the owner.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.